What can be worse than that?
What's up, everybody? Welcome back. We are here.
Where's your laptop?
Oh yeah, Jesse.
Yeah, we're gonna watch a video on
man.
your laptop.
Yo, we're gonna start
here, dog.
So this is episode 31.
We're doing something really
We're in our
special today.
30s.
We're doing something really special.
We gotta show love.
Yeah,
we gotta show love.
We gotta shout out
to the Canadian brother.
Yes, and the Hot Gang. We're doing this live on the podcast because normally we do our reaction videos. This is where we watch videos and we react, and you get to see our reaction to it, as opposed to here where you hear our opinions and we react to real life and everything else that's going on in the world. So this is exciting because I feel like they're both going to intertwine.
Word.
And JP should be taking over any minute now because I don't
even know what we're talking about.
Okay, what I'm
Bro,
talking
you are on fire.
What
This
I'm
guy
talking-
gets another job. It's it. He's on. Look at him.
What I'm
He's
talking about is we're going to start this show with Hot Gang, not a commercial. We're Hot Gang, and Tom McDonald has a brand new song, and I'm excited because I'm gonna explain more.
Because
why
he
I'm excited.
exploded the internet this week.
No, that's not why
Like-
I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm going to explain more after we actually watch this video live. You watch it with us live.
All right.
I'm excited because I feel like I've been waiting for Tom McDonald to play his card every video we watched. And I think he finally did.
Yo.
So I finally get to
And look at
comment.
him, he's crossing
because
over
I
to the-
finally get to be. Yo, listen. We're all about honesty, our honest opinions. We don't give a shit. That's why it's called Offended and Unfriended. And I think this is excited. I'm excited. I'm fucking.
I have not heard it yet, so
I'm
let's-
stoked because I think this is it. He finally got on the Offended and Unfriended wave.
Can I just explain
Go
to
ahead.
you that
He's
I
been
love
there.
that you guys haven't heard this yet
Me too. I love it.
or seen the video?
And
Yes.
I'm black,
It's
so I
amazing.
can't be a snowflake. I can't be offended
No, I
anyway.
love that you guys haven't watched it yet because you said we wanted to do this.
Yes, I love it.
All right, I'm starting.
Hot gang.
3, 2, 1.
up because I bet you this is gonna knock.
Knock.
If you lie to the government, they'll put you in prison. But when they lie to all of us, it's called being a politician. You think taking guns away will save our kids from the killings? But you're pro-choice, abortion kills way more children. If America's so terrible and racist, it probably isn't safe to encourage immigration. Just saying, all the contradictions are embarrassing. You know who hates America the most? Americans. Trigger warnings used to be on TV for seizures, and now they're everywhere to protect millennials' feelings. He, she, his, him, hers, them, they. Screw a pronoun, cause everyone's a retard these days. I hear him preaching at the protest that hatred's the problem, but hating straight men, white folks, and Christians is common. Coca-Cola telling people they should be less white. They preach intolerance, but if you disagree, they fight. There's a race war here, elections based on fear. Black lives only matter once every 4 years. Soldiers died for this country, and every one of us benefits. Give welfare to the bums and forget about the veterans. Black folks and white folks divided by the news, but we are all the same. We are red, white, and blue. Ashamed to be American? Okay, that's cool. Cause honestly, we are all ashamed of you too.
Y'all are so fake, oh no. The forecast said that there'd be snowflakes. Whoa, you can't make us see it your way. No way, gasoline and propane. More flames, oh no. No more snowflakes.
They set us up to fail, that's what they built the system for. Put an ammunition shop across the street from a liquor store. Empowering women used to be different than this before. The role models got OnlyFans or dance on a stripper pole. Screw it, I ain't tripping, I don't mean to be mean, but if our children are the future, then our future is bleak. They take an Adderall to focus, hit McDonald's to eat. They're addicted to phones and they take Xanax to sleep. They blurred the lines dividing communism and democracy. In 2021 we paint the patriots as Nazis. The men playing women's sports get trophies for winning. Like great, let's celebrate a man for beating some women. If you're black, your life matters, you're supposed to embrace it. If you're rich or you're smart, then you're probably Asian. If you're gay, then you're brave, all of that I'm okay with. But if you're white, the stereotype is you are a racist. Blaming capitalism like that's the reason things are tough. While you tweet from an iPhone and sip on a Starbucks. You're supporting what you stand against, you don't think you are, but a Percocet addict don't donate money to pharma. Damn dog, we're all afraid to speak the truth. And the more afraid we get, the more we hate the ones who do. You're ashamed to be American? Okay, that's cool. Cause honestly, we are all ashamed of you too.
Y'all are so fake, oh no. The forecast said that there'd be snowflakes. Whoa, you can't make us see it your way. No way, gasoline and propane. More flames, oh no. No more snowflakes.
We can all get along, but there's no stopping. Everybody's wrong, that's the real problem. They don't wanna hear it, but they still talking. Ay, soon enough, we running out of options. Ay, this ain't gonna end till it's in the coffin. Ay, we ain't gonna be friends till we try to squash it. Ay, I don't know how we can make amends or we drop it. Snowflakes melt when it's hot, kid.
Y'all are so fake, oh no. The forecast said that there'd be snowflakes. Whoa, you can make us see it your way. No way, gasoline and propane. More flames, oh no. No more snowflakes.
They didn't do it in their house, I guess?
All right. We got to let JP go first, Jesse. And the reason why is because we're going to drown it out. So I got to get the production take first. You know what I mean?
Oh, word.
It's
Okay,
only fair.
Sure.
Because we do this all the time.
You're
and
right. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. I want the production
I'll let
take.
you, I'm gonna go last.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
production.
No, you can
production
go next, but I want the-
his shit's always sounding good. His shit knocks. It always sounds good. That song didn't even need a hook, if you ask me.
Facts.
That could have been like one of them M songs where it just
No
goes
hook.
and goes
just
and
went,
goes and
yeah,
goes
yeah.
and
It could've
goes.
been no hook.
He had such good lines and such good bars that I wouldn't have cared if he just kept going.
Kept going.
I would have been like, "Yep, what's next?
matter of
Yep,
fact-
what's next?"
There goes your idea. Now you're really behind bars. That's your next
saying.
song. Now you're really behind bars.
Well,
Yeah. You see what I did there? Good.
sometimes like I wish, because his hooks, when you listen to a lot of Tom McDonald's, all his hooks are very predictable. I want to say they're predictable hooks. They're but
is that
I don't
wrong?
care.
Is that what a hook is supposed to be? See,
no, not necessarily. What I'm saying is
it's called a hook. It's supposed to hook you in. Like,
that's my point.
it's what it does. Listen,
I don't know, but just
I'm
to
pro-
touch on that, I think that's a dope hook, man.
nah, the bars were too heavy.
I honestly wasn't even. I was waiting for the next.
Yeah,
verse.
like the hook.
I was
good.
so into
No,
it.
but think about it.
They
I
were
was-
hooked. They were bridges. I'm with them. They were just bridges. I'm like,
I don't know. I think the swag of the fair point, but I think the swag of that hook,
No, I get
the
it.
forecast says
Says
that
this
there
was
be
No. I
snowflakes.
like after the first time. I was
that's-
like, all right.
I think that was a great way to use the title.
I get it, I
for
get
the
it.
title. Like it wasn't just like
but-
you are snowflakes. You're all snowflakes. It's like it wasn't that. It was a creative way. I like it. I liked it, man. I thought that hook
No,
was
the
dope,
song
man.
actually, I felt like his flow and the way he was rapping was a little more hip hop than normal.
facts.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was.
A lot of times,
you know why?
he's almost talking.
You know why?
He was
Because
bar heavy,
He was
too.
bar heavy.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
you're bar
So he
heavy,
was, like, going.
that is true. Like
I
he'll
feel
tell
like
you,
I haven't really
bar
heard
heavy is
him.
what we call hip hop. Now the newer generation, it's melodies, I guess. And
Yes, yeah.
is more what they define as
Sure.
hip hop. But we are still into the
Bar
intellectual
heavy, yeah.
quotient of the music, which I'm not knocking the melodies. I'm just saying the intellectual quotient is what we grew up on.
Sure.
Yeah.
So
I think that
watching him do that with I'm not even gonna say semi-political. Watching him do that with a fucking political
Semi my
fucking
ass.
overtone with a clear agenda, I think was awesome. And I think,
Well,
guess what? I was wrong because I'm like, he's gonna play his card, and he did it. Like he's still somewhere holding a draw 4 because I'm like, what? Like, because he made enough points, in my opinion, on both sides of the aisle, and he makes a general point about wokeness.
it's funny. This isn't the
that
first time we talked about
wokeness-
this, though.
Yeah, I know it's not, but I feel like this time
For some reason, something was different about this.
I'll tell you what it was.
I can tell you.
You know what it
I
was?
know. It's
It's the first time, like, people attack wokeness all the time.
Right? Yeah, it's
But
a
this
common
is the
thing to
first
do.
time that he's create a parallel between wokeness and being American. Like, you have to really put that in perspective.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and it's funny because America is a country of free speech. America is a country of all these rights, blah, blah. And like subconsciously, what the message I get is like, yo, you're a hypocrite because the life and the ability to be woke is based on being American.
Right. Creating problems.
Like, so you're so happy that you have free speech that you're using it to create problems for yourself.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Yeah,
That's
so,
the
like,
irony of it. And that's why other
That's
countries are like, really?
Which is beyond genius. But I mean, I'm gonna let him talk too. But like, part of the reason why I was excited about it too is because, and the reason why I thought he would have played his card is because Donald Trump Jr. followed him and liked it. But
Did
I'm
he
like,
ever?
Ben Shapiro tweeted.
Ben Shapiro. But I'm like, and I'm gonna let you talk about it too. But like, when I saw those two guys, I'm like, okay, what card did he play?
Yeah.
I thought he overslammed on a conservative angle, but I don't think so. I think he did what he normally does. The shit that pisses him off, he threw it on wax. And I think that it's the beauty of America. Like, even the people who like the song are still guilty of exactly what he's
of
talking
course.
about, which is the woke, which is now parallel to the echo chamber that you always speak of. Because that's what I feel like. I feel like two people can listen to that same song and think completely differently.
Well, the
How?
the
I don't
line
know.
of the
but that's good. That's
people
what's
that hate
gonna happen.
America the most are Americans.
No, but why is that? Why does that shock you?
It doesn't.
You know why
It's just a
Americans?
good line.
No,
It's
it's,
good to
it's,
hear
it's a
someone
factual.
say.
Yeah, I guess
no,
so.
it's a beyond the fact. The reason why most Americans hate America,
That's all they know,
no, it's because they have the freedom to.
and that too.
You in other countries,
They
you
hate their
couldn't
own
get away
countries.
with it. Listen, I'm Haitian. We had a dictator back in the day. His name was Papa Doc, and then he had a son, Baby Doc. And after one died, the other one took over, which just shows you the point of no.
needed Eminem.
And guess what they did?
You should have called him B Rabbit.
And guess what they did?
Problem.
They didn't like certain people. They just wrapped them in. They wrapped them up, brought
Right.
them in,
And
to
that's it.
knock them out.
Right.
You
Exactly.
didn't have the ability to have these strong ass opinions.
Political prisoners.
Yes, that's what they're called.
All right, so yo,
Go
let
ahead.
me hop in first.
And I'm gonna go back to
off rip.
bars after this. Go ahead.
I watched it when it fucking came out.
Oh, you
I ain't
cheated.
even
That's
gonna lie
facts.
to you guys.
Piece of shit, man.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, you guys didn't throw this out,
Piece of
this
shit move.
idea out. So when you said it in the text message,
First
I
of
was
all,
like,
you-
yeah, it's a great
first of all, we
idea.
usually watch
I
Tom
had
and Dallas
probably
together.
already watched it twice.
But first of all, we usually watch Tom and Don videos together, and that's a fact, and you know it.
Yes, but we hadn't the last 2 or 3, so I just didn't think that.
So
we
you
were
picked the
gonna do
hottest
this.
video of all time.
I didn't
to
know
watch
it was
on your
gonna
own.
be. I
The
didn't
hottest.
know.
You didn't know?
I didn't know this one was gonna pop. I'll be honest. I saw the title Snowflake, and I was like, oh, it's gonna be another fake woke or something like that. You know, like,
Okay.
which was a great song. I'm not knocking that, you know, but I kind of was like, it's gonna be the same
Same
old
thing.
You
Yeah,
know what
but
I mean?
like I said,
And it wasn't. Like
It wasn't.
It was, but it wasn't.
Right.
It was the
No, it was
next
more direct.
Bro, it was the next level. So now for the conservative end of it, that whole first verse is damn near like a playbook, like pulling a page out of the conservative playbook.
But I disagree with that. But
I'll tell you why though.
Go ahead.
Because but the problem is that people don't like hearing that because what he says in that first verse makes complete sense and it's
Facts.
accurate. And people cannot comprehend conservatism as being
yeah, but
accurate.
I don't
and
think
right
that
and just.
I don't think
You know?
I think there's a mistake in believing that, and this is
No,
exactly.
let me. I'm going to point.
This
them
is
out.
the point. But go ahead.
I'm going to point out the ones is, you know, you gun right activists, but you're pro-choice.
Abortion.
I can't think
Abortion.
of like the exact line, but
Yeah.
yes, I will footnote it then. Sorry, Tom, I don't mean to butcher your lines, right? But like, yeah, you're pro-choice. Abortion kills more babies. Facts. That's a page out of the Like this is something that conservatives argue regularly, and that alone, you know, like you kill more kids than guns ever will, daily. All right. 2, I think is a genius line. If America is so terrible, we probably shouldn't encourage immigration then.
No, he said
That's
if we're so
a
racist.
Fucking
No,
right.
he said if we're
so bad and racist, we
why
should-
would we encourage?
right.
I thought that was a tough line,
It's
but
genius. It's because again, it's accurate. It's accurate. If this place is such a bad, abusive, racist place to minorities and people of color, and you know, like, then why are you encouraging all this immigration? What? Like, I agree, Tom. Like, it makes no fucking sense, man.
That's
I know.
Nah,
I
don't
It's
know.
a cheap parlor trick,
I
but
think
it's
yes,
good.
I think it's a great line.
It's
a
one
good
of those-
line.
It's a great line,
It's
but
a great line.
It's a surface line, though. It's a great line. There's no the depth of that is not as deep
People
as you
who-
think.
People who love guns, they don't want people to kill people with guns, but people still kill people with guns.
No. Right. No. What he's
I see what he's doing.
touching
No,
on.
yes, I get what he's
is
saying.
the
Like you said.
activists is the
Right.
snowflakes
No, but
who
I
are
think-
saying we need to confiscate all the guns because of for the children's safety.
Okay, but here's my
And
question. Here's my question. Do you agree?
But you're gonna stand here protesting for gun confiscations to protect the children, and tomorrow you're gonna flip your sign around and be at a pro-abortion rally. You're just contradicting, and that's like what he's shining light on in this song, man.
I feel like I think
And then on the other end, he made history because he's the first rap artist to have a transgender in a music video. I read that.
Oh, that was a trans. That was a girl. That was a guy.
Blair White.
Well, used to be a guy. I mean,
Yeah. I'm pretty sure her name is Blair White, something like
you're
that.
getting good at these operations. I'll tell you that
yo,
right now.
Is Blair one of those
She
neutral?
fucking looks good.
Is Blair a neutral name?
No, that's new name.
Yeah, I think Blair would be a
Blair,
neutral name.
Neutral name. I'm not gonna pretend like I know anything about. I do.
There was a guy named Blair
I do
Underwood.
remember
He
seeing
was
the face
in,
because
LA Law. Yeah.
apparently she talks out regularly about men competing in women's sports, trans women competing against biological women, and how it's wrong.
So it's like
But yeah, apparently on very short notice, she agreed and went and did that because she liked the song.
It's like Jenner.
whatever. So I just think that was cool, you know? Yeah, exactly.
By the way, she's
Did you
trying
hear?
to run for mayor of California.
motherfucker's
Are
gonna
you
win.
fucking
bro.
kidding me? First the Terminator, now
Get
this.
it. Get it.
If it's gonna happen anywhere,
And
let
you
me
know
tell you
what?
something. I'd rather have the Terminator than Newsom.
You know what though? I
Yeah.
bet you a lot of Californians, especially, would be like,
Oh, they're torn.
well, we can't be.
They're confused.
We can't be
but she's-
transphobic and vote against the first trans woman mayor.
Yeah, but she's confused herself. What's her
You know
party?
what I'm
Oh, there's
saying?
a trans
Yeah,
in
but-
the Senate.
hold
Right? There's
on.
a trans woman in the
Jesse.
Senate.
I'm saying, yeah,
Oh.
California.
She's confused herself. What's her party?
Republican.
Okay,
Yeah.
she's Republican. But
That's what I said. They're all
But she's
confused
also
over there.
frustrated with the Trump party because she felt that he transgender bashed.
But she's pro cop.
hear that.
She's
No, read about it.
I'm just saying.
No,
I'm
saying she is a pro Trumper. Like she's definitely on Trump's side. However, she felt that Trump's and the administration was not pro transgender, and she
probably not.
He's gonna run again.
Oh,
Trump,
Yeah, but I'm gonna be honest with you.
I'm bored.
And I'm gonna tell you, all you
not.
Republicans out there, because I love good TV. DeSantis shouldn't be his vice president. It almost
No,
should be
DeSantis
vice versa.
shouldn't-
DeSantis should run against him.
He
It'll
wouldn't.
it'll strengthen the party. It'll strengthen the party.
DeSantis.
It'll strengthen the party.
DeSantis is a loyal Trumper. Like he's
And he
he's
could
a
be his own
pro-Trump
guy.
He wouldn't run against Trump.
He could be his own guy.
A lot's gonna happen in 3 years.
Let's not
of
say
course.
he wouldn't. Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
Motherfucker,
He's his own guy.
We're talking,
Let me tell you something.
Mister. I don't trust the government. You think he's not lying?
Okay,
No.
first of all,
what I'm saying. No, what I'm saying is that it's a different world in the real world when. You know, so like people think Trump is gone because he's not on Facebook or Twitter.
no, we don't think he's gone. He's
I'm not
meeting with
saying you
Republicans
guys do.
every
I'm
day.
saying that like the majority of people, like it's like Trump's just done. He's not done. Trump is still
No,
Trump
listen.
is still
So
the
bored with it.
Republican Party.
Okay. No,
I doubt it.
I'm gonna explain it to you. No,
He
I
is.
don't
no,
see it.
I'm gonna tell you something. There's
He
accuracy
is.
in what Jesse's saying. So here's what you have to understand.
He could win again in 2024.
Here's what you have to understand. No, I got you. I'm explaining this to you because you look.
Think about how difficult
You
this
look,
has been.
you look
Like,
confused, not more than confused and disturbed. So I'm gonna explain this to you. So you have to understand.
$12 for one 2x4 now.
In Trump's exit,
Give a shit
if you
what?
want to call it that, a forceful exit, whatever, or his loss, at the end of the day, the numbers, because I'm a numbers guy, still dictate that 74 million Americans
Oh, I get it.
had
I
his
get it.
back. So now,
Now,
if
is
you're,
that
listen, if
so?
you're,
You don't think DeSantis would be more popular?
no. And I'm going to tell you
Really?
why.
I don't
because
know.
DeSantis gets points.
Okay.
Hold on. I'm going to answer you.
With what JP's saying though,
No, I'm going to tell you why.
right now, yes.
Yeah, but DeSantis
Right now.
is
But
more
that's what I was saying.
popular,
A lot
but
can happen in 3 years.
DeSantis is more popular
For anyone, for
but
that
people
matter.
believe
Even Trump.
no. DeSantis is more popular, but people
Yeah.
believe that a lot of his tactics and his strength came from his Trump, whatever you want to call it, belief,
Support.
So
Yeah.
like that's what gave
Loyalty.
That's
That's
what
what
gave
it
him the
was.
strength to be that guy.
Sure,
because
but,
remember
but
this
you're
was
telling
happening.
me if this guy DeSantis, if someone's in his ear going, "You could be president one day," and Trump comes around and goes, "Well, I'm going to
They're
run."
already
You think he's
telling
gonna
him
go,
that.
"Well,
No,
I'm
no,
so
no.
loyal
They're
to
already
you,
telling him
Mr.
that.
Trump.
No,
I'm
because-
not going to run for president because you're running again." I just don't see it. It's
The
an
only
opportunity
reason
of a
I say
lifetime.
this is because you know who was probably the guy in DeSantis' ear?
Donald Trump.
Maybe somebody
Trump.
else too, but
You know, I'm just saying,
I don't,
like-
that whole fucking party, that whole thing. I have no
You're talking about.
idea.
I
I don't
Here's
believe anyone. That's
Here's
my
the thing.
problem. Just like I don't
No,
believe
agreed.
woke people.
Of course.
I don't believe the people
Of
on the right
course.
either. The same
All
way I
I'm
don't
saying
believe
is this, JP.
Listen.
This is why it makes
Yeah.
sense to me. Where is Trump living?
Florida.
Yeah.
What does DeSantis run?
Florida.
Yeah,
That's
I get
why.
It. I get it.
That's why.
So they're gonna
I
run
get
them-
it.
They're
so-
buddies.
So they're gonna
They're
buy the
buddies.
Miami Dolphins.
No,
And-
they're buddies.
oh,
I
no.
think they're going to
Sorry.
weigh it out. And I think that Trump is
Not a
also
bad move.
that type of a guy that, he. Let's see the numbers here.
Okay.
If DeSantis has a large, if his popularity is still booming around then, watch Trump fucking fund him.
Facts.
I honestly
believe
think
that I can see.
I can see that happening more likely than Trump running again, just because Trump's going to be what 78.
Joe
I
Biden's
think
age.
I think
Yeah.
that
He'll be Joe Biden's age.
Yeah, and just be the same
I
fucking
think
guy.
that
Go, what?
and you know
Trump's
what?
ego would push
Trump's
him
ego's-
more to run in 2024 because he generally believes that he won the last one.
Not just he.
So-
that's not the problem. It's not he. The problem is a lot of people believe that. 74 million.
I still do.
There you go.
Yeah.
74 million people.
Oh, thank you.
74 million people.
Just as the year is starting to unfurl, it's just like you look at this and you're like,
Now I thought the price of lumber was because of the shutdowns in Canada.
it's because of the shutdowns everywhere. Really, It's.
I mean, it's not the
because of
only thing that's
shutdowns
shortage.
in
Why don't you
our
get the trees from
country as well.
California?
Can't get a
before
car
they burn.
anywhere right now because
No,
because
everything
chips,
is fucked. Everything
chips
is
are on
fucked.
back order.
Yeah.
Chlorine's on back order. Everything seems to be going fire the last couple of years. It's kind of interesting.
We did have COVID. You know that, right?
No. Chips
didn't
are
read
in
the
shortage
Fauci
because
Chlorine, I'm talking about.
chips are in shortage because of
Chips, like what type of chips?
like little like chips, like
Microchips.
computer chips.
Okay.
They're in shortage because I think there were 2 fires in a factory, so that they got held back. Chlorine factory went up in fire. That's why
So
that's
you tell
on
me
back
there's a
order.
global arsonist plot.
No.
No.
It's just
It's
kind of
oh,
interesting.
okay.
A
Hold
year
on,
of
hold on.
shutdowns,
I'm trying
a
to
year
follow, I'm
of,
trying to follow.
of
Work with me.
stifling production and
And shit's going on fire at the same time.
and then just normal shit happens, like things go on fire. Natural disasters occur, places get flooded, hurricanes happen, Texas gets ice. Shit just
Snap.
happens that you can't plan for,
Yeah,
know?
man. I hear you.
And then in the midst of all this, but again, we haven't seen each other. So funniest meme that I've seen in the last 2 weeks.
Is?
Hillary Clinton sitting behind Fauci in class, handing him
Oh,
a note that says,
Oh, you should have deleted the
should have
emails.
deleted the emails.
I mean,
You tell me the Democrats aren't making him the fall guy?
no. Okay.
You're gonna tell me they're just not throwing him out
I'm
to the
telling
world?
you
Like,
right now.
you know what? You fucked
okay,
up.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
Bye.
Listen,
You tell me this isn't a bye Felicia moment?
it is a bye Felicia moment, but I also tell you this.
Goddamn right
It's
it's
one
a
of those
bye Felicia
guys.
moment.
He's at retirement age.
They're done with him.
Exactly. So they're like, listen, dude, we fucked up. You fucked up. You was in on this all the time. So like, listen,
Someone had to be the guy.
someone has to be the guy.
that
And
was
guess what?
called to take
At the end of
down
the day,
Trump.
a year later, they're gonna say it wasn't him. The same way they're just saying that Donald Trump didn't move the protesters with the photo op. It takes a year or two, and they clean up the cleanup. So
Well, as of right now, they're believing that it was lab made. It's leaning towards
No,
that way.
It came out. It's man-made. It was man.
I mean, every
But can I tell you
scientist
something?
in the world is
the
saying it.
president of China.
But they've been saying that
Hold
from
on.
last April.
But is it American funded?
Hold on.
That whole
Yes.
thing.
The
Because-
president of China said that this is similar to when George Bush said that there were weapons of mass destruction in Iraq, and we all know that
Yep.
was proven false. So I'm not saying that it wasn't made in Wuhan or it wasn't made in China. I'm just saying if we jump on this bandwagon, we've done this before. When
Okay.
we jump on the train, and guess what? The Iraqi situation led us to what? A war. And Joe Biden is the biggest concern of Donald Trump to Joe Biden, at least for me.
Was war.
Was war, because Donald Trump never led us into a war.
Yeah,
So
he didn't like it.
I mean, there was a lot of drama, but there was no war.
People tried to drum it up like
American
Trump's going to
war.
force us
Yes,
into a war.
but there was never
He's
any
literally
war.
the most non-war president,
That's what I'm saying.
anti-war president we've
And
had
Joe
in 2
Biden
decades.
is connected
3
to what
decades.
we call the old establishment. So we believe there could be a war. So now this
Your
is the
OG's OG.
perfect roadmap.
I see what you're
To a
saying. I get what
Chinese
you're saying.
conflict.
When
I
you
won't
actually
use the
said
word.
WMAs, whatever the hell it's called.
And
mass
So hold on,
construction,
like,
WMDs.
back it up to many episodes ago. and then back it up to one of our first episodes.
Go for it.
Right? I had mentioned this twice already on this podcast. And
Motherfuckers going back in the
I
library
am
and shit.
Digging in the crates. Digging in the crates.
No.
Going back to the old records,
DITC,
man.
baby.
Yeah.
Let's
Digging in
go.
the crates.
Going
Well,
to classics.
I remember back in October, end of October, maybe beginning of November, before COVID, before the shutdowns,
Yes.
right? So 2 years ago. Was it 2? Yeah, 2 years ago. I had read an article about 3 American scientists, one whom was at large.
Yes, I remember this.
Remember this?
Yes.
They actually caught one of them in
Yes.
JFK Airport with a briefcase, and he had vials of a virus. And they were trying to flee America and get back to China, and their destination was a laboratory in Wuhan. And then fast forward 4 or 5 months later, holy shit, we're shutting down everything because of this coronavirus. And I'm like, I called my mother like 2 weeks into it. Like, this is fucking crazy, Mom. I go, do you remember that article I told you about that I read about these 3 scientists? Blah, 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 blah. And, she was basically like, yeah, right, take your tinfoil hat off, But I'm like, no, I read the article. I remember it.
So were we attacking them?
No, this is where now that all of
could
these
be.
things are coming out, I'm
Right.
sitting back here going like, yeah, am I the only one that read this? Like, where's the guy who wrote this article? Why isn't
Missing.
he He's probably missing. Maybe I need to shut up.
Motherfucker's
They're
dead.
like, you smoke way too much pot. You don't know information. I don't know what the scientists' names were.
Folks,
I don't know anything.
Is someone
like that.
orders?
You know, motherfucker, who wrote it?
I just remember reading that shit, and because I remember it being like, oh, yo, like, how is this not like a major news story? That's what it was, because like it was like, this seems like it's a big deal.
Right now,
You
it's
fucking catch
alleged
some
that
scientists with
we're
some
funding
virus.
it. And they've
Yeah.
been testing. They've been doing. I forgot what it's called. It's a different type of testing where they kind of beefed up the coronavirus. They made it like on steroids
Yeah,
to
but-
see if the
okay.
vaccine worked. Well, hold on. And that's what they do. They tested on that. And that's what apparently this was during Obama years they were doing this shit. And
Well, they do that for all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, but
Right,
guys,
It's literally what virologists
that's what I'm saying.
do.
This is
Like,
what they do. They cultivate viruses and they test them. This is why you scroll down Facebook and for fucking $3,000 they need you to sleep somewhere for 48 hours,
Word.
and you can get paid. And you're like, 24,000. It can't be that bad. Then you get a third.
then you're sitting in bed for 1 week and
You
you're
know
like,
what I mean?
actually, this sucks.
Yeah, this sucks. I can't move. I have uncontrollable bowel movement. But this is what it's like. Like this. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. But like, guys,
it's necessary. I mean, let's
I
just say
have
what
to
it
tell
is. It's
you-
necessary.
maybe. I
All
am,
right, but
I am
do you
a proud
think it's
American.
crazy? Do you think it's crazy that maybe we were doing because the coronavirus, the swine flu? They've
Do
been
I think it's
testing these
crazy that we were
vaccines.
fucking around with some shit offshore
No, no,
and it came back
do you
to us?
think-
No.
Right.
No.
All right.
Sounds like
that
every
could happen.
movie I've
Of
ever
course not.
seen.
We live
Sounds
on
like
Long
every
Island, guys.
movie I've ever
Plum
seen.
Island.
Yes.
Why do you think our breast cancer rates are through the roof on Long Island?
Among
right.
other things. Yep.
Yeah.
Brookhaven National Lab, Plum Island off of there. Like, there's come on.
It's really not that crazy. of a
Here's
story.
the
It's so
issue.
good.
The issue is that every time something crazy happens, the spin cycle, the way the media and the news take it, and I feel like they're very good at taking something that we kind of understand and making us ununderstand it and making us doubt everything.
But you know what's crazy? Think
Yeah.
about a year ago. If you would have said that it was a man-made virus, you would have.
We all believed it.
No, you would have gotten taken right off of Facebook.
No, that was after a while. Then remember,
Doesn't matter.
No, yeah, it
remember
was-
we were posting everything we wanted, and then all of a sudden, they
Regardless.
started putting COVID things underneath everything,
I had
and
some
CDC
of
took
mine
over.
taken
Regardless,
off of Facebook.
regardless,
Just
your
gone.
shit getting pulled right down if you said, "Oh, this is man-made." Meanwhile, 6 months later, 8
It's
months
like,
later,
Okay.
Here's the thing: is that it's
they're like, "Oh, it's man-made." Possibly.
At first, it was like, okay, it's plausible, right?
I believed
it's
in 70%.
plausible that
From day
the,
one, I
the
believe 70%.
coronavirus has mutated into a stronger strain.
Yes.
right. It's plausible because that's what happens in
Yes.
nature,
Right.
right? Things evolve.
But they're saying this is too perfect.
Exactly.
of a virus.
But that's the thing. Like, and once
perfect.
you actually follow the scientists, the actual scientists.
Jesse means
Well,
government.
No,
if
no.
Jesse uses science, he means government. But
No,
go-
that's not what I'm saying.
No,
I'm saying
no,
that
he
when
really
you
means
actually
science.
find,
Okay.
when you actually listen and read what the actual people that deal with these things are,
Okay.
not whom they
see.
dub is worthy to get airtime and
Yeah,
speak to
right.
us.
Why didn't they blame that girl?
Just
Fauci. She fell back early. But again,
But I'm saying, like, when you follow that shit, you realize, like, you learn these things that, like,
and the black surgeon general.
oh, okay, no, this isn't natural. This wasn't a natural mutation. Things are far too perfect, and things escalated in the virus far too quickly. 2 years ago, coronavirus was I can't come into work. I have a cold. Like, you're fine in a day or two. Like, you have a chest cold. That's coronavirus.
Oh,
You
it
have a-
literally is the coronavirus.
yeah, you have
It's
a
not-
stomach. You have a stomach
just
virus,
another form of it.
right? You have a cold, but you have the runs. That's rhinovirus. That attacks your
I get it.
your
I get
GI.
what you're saying.
Swine flu was the coronavirus.
Listen. I'm getting.
I'm just saying. And again, I'm not trying to. I don't even want to fucking play into it anymore. A lot of people that were like, "Oh, you're crazy," or anyone who doesn't just blindly follow along with what the people on
Believe
TV
it was
are
just
saying.
bats. Oh, it's bats.
Right.
Bats. Yeah, fucking bats.
No,
those
Chinese
people
people eat
are
'em.
now like, "Oh shit."
yeah,
All right.
but there's nothing.
Yeah,
And
and
I'm
then
cool with it.
they
I don't
don't
want to
say
talk
anything.
about it anymore. Let's just fucking press on with life and let's just forget about it. Like, that's just how I feel at this point. What are we gonna do?
Jesse
No.
Lee.
What are we gonna do?
No,
the
listen.
government is going to. The
And that's
government
my
will
point.
create
And that's my
more
point.
problems and
That's-
make fake
And
emergencies.
this is my point. You are
for the rest of our lives.
the guy who doesn't trust the government is shocked. Like
Who's shocked? I'm
He's not shocked.
I know he's not shocked, but like he's shocked.
I'm shocked that
he's
that-
shocked that people are shocked.
Right.
I'm
But why?
shocked. What I'm shocked about is the dull response in the vast majority of the American
that's what I'm
people.
thinking.
Okay,
Like, where's your spirit? Where's your
Jesse,
pride in
Jesse.
liberty? And
Jesse,
like,
Say it now.
I'm just saying.
Say it
Jesse.
now. You can't be speaking that way.
tell me one historical situation in the United States of America, in these United States of America, where the sense of urgency was where it should be outside of World War II.
Well, no. Ever since
9/11.
Nope.
No, not even.
There was
Not
no
even.
sense of urgency.
We went to the
in
wrong
9/11?
country.
Not really.
Oh well. Hey, what are you
We
gonna
bombed
do?
the wrong country.
But there were flags all over.
Sense
the
of
place.
urgency.
No, that's not sense
People
of
were
urgency.
running into 7-Elevens and punching the clerks for no reason.
That's a sense of unity.
They felt urgent about it.
No, that's a sense.
to
no,
tell you, man.
That's a
Nah,
sense.
man,
Of,
it's-
that's a sense of unity, which is why people refer to 9/11 as like the country came together. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, okay,
But what I'm
fine.
talking
Fair
about,
enough.
when's the last time?
Social welfare. That's what. Ever since the start of social welfare.
I don't know what that means.
Ever since the government started giving the people money.
You're talking about since depression?
Yeah, ever since
Okay.
the government started handing people money and incentives to not figure out their own life and shit, that's when that was the dulling down of
Yeah, but the
our
depression.
society.
We had no choice, Jesse. The depression was depression.
We always had it. We always had it.
I know we had a choice, but I don't think that.
We got soft.
I don't think
is what happened
pure
as a society.
capitalism would
And
have.
that's fine. It happens.
I don't think pure
Again,
capitalism would
evolution.
have dug us out of the depression.
I agree that we got
I
soft.
get what you're saying, but I don't think the pure capitalism would have got us out of depression, especially with the amount of illegal activity, the mafia. There's so many variables.
But
Like
again,
that
again, hold on. Think about what you just said there. Like, again, that's government regulations, black marketed things that turned bad and violent and dangerous.
Yes,
Don't do that, and you don't have black markets.
but we understand.
Leave the people alone.
The reason why we understand black market is because of that era. Had that never happened, we wouldn't know how to handle it.
Well, we know because of
Whether it's
prohibition.
that's what I'm saying.
Oh, that's what led into-
So,
right, I
so
get what
whether
you're
it's
saying.
regulation or deregulation, like it's sad to say, but every time we fight an angle, what do we say? Remember prohibition. That's the angle for weed. Marijuana took years, but we're here. We're actually here where I believe weed will be legal, all 50 states, whenever.
But you know what else? But let me tell you something about that whole vaccination. Them working on a vaccination and basically steroiding up the coronavirus years ago. That tells me that the vaccine that we got didn't just fucking come out of nowhere.
Of course it didn't.
It was
Why
been
do you think
worked
there's
on
so
for
much?
years and years and years and years.
Yeah, but
that's my
why. Well,
point.
that's why the
do-
true hardcore tin hatters call it the plandemic, because there is evidence of
Yes.
this. Because there was, who was it? It was
I'm gonna have
Bill
to delete
Gates.
that word out.
There was what pandemic?
Twice. I gotta
Oh,
delete it
sorry.
out now.
No, because there was Bill Gates wrote an email
Yeah, I
or
know
wrote an
about-
essay or
No,
something, right?
it was a, I believe it was.
I know what you're talking about.
It was
He
a
did
keynote type of thing.
Yeah,
Right,
It was a
but
speaker.
It was like a TED
basically
Talk. I
planned
think it was a
out.
TED Talk, actually.
It might have been a TED Talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, it basically
Oh yeah,
modeled
word
out
for word.
what we just went
Word
through.
for word.
Can I-
You know,
can I ask you a question,
but
Jesse?
it's like
Could
that
it be
was
that
like
he knew that they were doing that and they were like, oh, we'll just blame it on the wet markets? They probably had the plan to
But Jesse,
blame
can
it
I
on
ask
the
you a
wet
question?
of course,
markets.
but I think that this was the trial run. Let's see how we do it.
I know, but
Release
here's
this,
my question.
You know, could
if
be.
you
It's
believe
not
if you believe something, if you believe something could occur naturally, and you had the scientific ability to make it happen under your control, would you do it?
I'm not an evil piece of shit. So
Oh,
no.
I didn't say all of that. No, evil is
No,
the application of the science, not the actual science. Once again, if you knew something would happen anyway, it's called evolution. The viruses evolve,
See,
animals
this is where I
evolve.
get- this is where I get stuck,
This is
Gene.
the playing God thing that people get mad about.
This is where I get stuck because I love science. I love technology.
Good, so
I
do
think
I.
all of that is
because
great.
this also goes into the whole
But
therapeutic.
I also
Yes.
have an issue with man manipulating nature. Like, so it's
Really?
like, yeah, it's weird for me because like, I okay, this is gonna be fucking crazy now.
All we do is that, you know that, right?
I understand that it's
So happy.
necessary to run tests, and we have to keep creating. We have to
Okay.
keep inventing and finding
Right.
new things, right? So if it means you gotta cut a pig in half and splice it to a sheep to see if fucking that stuff works, like I think it's terrible and disgusting. And if some lab creates a pig sheep, I'm gonna be very freaked out about it. But
Unless you
because
set
I
up-
don't like the manipulation of nature. I
Okay.
think that is just the step in the direction of cyborgs and us becoming.
I want to be
machines.
a cyborg. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. Fuck all y'all.
I don't know, man. I'm like the
He's
fucking.
torn.
I wanna be a cyborg.
He's torn.
I'm Dennis Leary in Demolition Man. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
no,
saying,
yeah.
bro? Like, give me the rat burger in the fucking sewer. I want my engine. You know, like.
Okay, are you?
I want to use the seashells.
Did you ever watch The Matrix?
Yes, of
Are
course.
you the guy eating a steak?
You want to be jacked in.
Like,
you don't want to be
no one
you
he's
want
like,
to
I
jack
don't want to know.
back in.
Yeah,
You
because
wanna
I don't
be
want to
jacked
know.
back in.
I don't want no memory of this.
I wanna
just
remember nothing.
I just want to live my life. Make sure I'm rich or something. Remember that scene?
Yes.
That, to me, that's a very powerful scene because
Yeah, it is.
It is America.
Am I that guy?
That is,
No, I don't think so. No.
so you're eating a slop in the ship with us,
yeah.
and you're
think
fighting
so.
the machines.
Yeah.
And the only way to fight the machines is to embrace,
Is to get plugged in, man.
and
Is to-
embrace the
is to
full
get plugged in.
reality, plugged in and plugged out. Because remember,
You know
You
what it is?
know you're
Because
plugged
at
in.
the end of the day, I am a humanitarian, and I want what's best for
Because
my people.
it kind of,
You
because you know
know?
what, it bleeds into other areas like genomic therapeutics and stuff,
Yes.
like CRISPR, where they just figured out, which as of right now, it seems they
I'm going to tell you
cured
now,
sickle cell anemia. You know what I mean? Like,
it's crazy.
But how'd they do it? By going in and fucking
I'm gonna
chopping
tell
up a
you now-
DNA cell, like
And this is-
your DNA.
and this is not a direct comparison, but I just really understand that Galileo
It's- yeah.
and all these guys in their time did the same thing. They fucked with what was understood
100%.
and got killed for it and roasted and this and that and
100%.
fucking.
That's what I'm saying.
The
It's-
Hell,
Christian,
Columbus thought he was gonna. They thought he was gonna fall off the
and that's
edge.
what I'm saying. So as a guy who's a true lover of science, I'm a lover of nature. I'm a humanitarian too. But I understand that there is no closing the door in science, which means every day another pig has to get cut. Every day another virus has to be played with. It doesn't stop. Like, people don't reach a point where they go, all right, we've played with enough viruses for the week.
It's just this is
You
what
know
I'm
what I mean?
saying,
Like,
Gene.
they
It's like
go, we need to figure out this. And you know what? And guess what? Their accidents fix other shit. Remember this. Because they fix one thing, they kill 3 things over here, and then all of a sudden, hey, somehow we figured out the headache I had is gone. Yo, what's this thing called Advil? Holy shit, call it Advil. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, this is the shit that
Call
happens.
Advil.
Like, I'm not
No,
saying...
you're 100% right.
And it
I agree
sucks.
with you, you
It
know?
sucks,
Like,
but this is... Bro, you're
someone
talking about-
had to
You're
bang
talking
two
about-
rocks together
Yes.
over some grass.
Like he's talking about
and
nature.
make a fire. You know,
He's talking about nature. I'm thinking about all the kids that go to the zoo. Like that animal doesn't belong there.
No.
like it doesn't belong.
Yeah.
That little tiger does not want to play with you.
man.
Nor the lion or the fucking bear.
I get it. So I saw your meme, the one of went from 14 days
14 days to show me
not
your
without
papers.
your papers. I did not
see this coming.
But it's funny you said that, and I'm going to tell you why. Because my job, when it first came out that you didn't have to wear your mask, but you just got to check for cards, they were like, all right, fuck it, we'll hire some guy to stand at the front of the door and check for
No,
cards.
they're checking for cards?
Nah, hold on. They did it for one day.
Thank God.
One day, and everyone was calling them Nazis.
Facts. Facts. Okay, you are called
But-
Nazi because there is a historical period that existed where there was a regime that asked for papers for people to move around. It is an accurate joke because it's a real time.
It's-
and we are mirroring it just...
Right. But it's with
I just want to say, all of you guys said I was fucking crazy a year ago when I was like, you don't see the slippery slope that this is 14 days my asshole. We're going to talk about this in a year.
No, but I agree with you. That
when
it was-
all of a sudden we
maybe
all
more
have to
14 days.
line up and here we are.
I
Line
was-
up, show
I was
your
the-
card.
I don't like
Well,
it.
you know what though? Here's the thing that gets me. That's funny.
Anyone that needs
Here's the thing that gets
vaccination
me
cards,
funny.
I'll let your boy. I got you.
Can you in some way parallel this to checking IDs for voting?
No.
You can't?
Are you fucking kidding me?
Why can't
Bro,
you? Why
voter
can't-
suppression
but
is
that's-
real, first of all.
But
don't get me started on that shit. Do you know that right now in certain states, I won't put out colors because last thing I want to do is play the color game.
Georgia, go on.
That they are, no, not just Georgia.
They're
They're
purple.
purposely trying to remove voting polls out of minority places.
They've been doing that
and
for
they're
years.
trying to put more voting polls in non-minority places.
they've been doing that for years,
And my
man.
whole thing is, once again, I'll say this to black people.
That's not new.
I'll say it to white people. Politics is a game. Get your money up and get your game.
What
Get
does
your
that have to do
fucking
with checking IDs?
because that's part of the bullshit.
What?
Okay.
It's just weird. Is it
do
just
I believe
weird
you
to-
should have
I don't know why
an
it's
do I
weird to me
believe you
that-
should have an ID to vote? Yes.
Yeah, it's why. That's
But
why
my
I'm
question
confused about
is-
the whole thing.
My question is, just like DMV, when you go to license, you need 6 points.
Okay.
So you can have a passport, you can have a social security, you can have combination things. It can't be if you don't have this one thing, you can't vote.
You can't. So you're saying if I had,
I'm saying if you lost your license that day, but you have your passport, you can vote. I'm saying if you lost your passport, you have an ID, your license, you can vote. I'm saying if you have a social security card and a fucking bill from your house.
but you're saying they don't allow that?
I'm saying it is a lot more difficult than you think. Yes.
All right. So if I had my social security card and I went to go vote, they wouldn't let me if they
the fuck
checked
is-
IDs.
No, I don't think they would because that's a
Okay,
non-photo.
fair
Wait, what are you talking
That's
about?
a non-photo ID. But you see what I'm saying? There goes the slippery slope he talks about sometimes because.
I already told you guys already. Someone fucking hit me up in Washington, and I'll help you. I'll help you figure out all of these problems. It's a
can-
simple solution.
Online voting.
It's no. If the state is going to, or the federal government, doesn't matter which one.
Why can't we do online voting?
No, hear me. If either one of them is going to mandate that we as people hold identification,
Okay.
which it is, it's mandated.
Don't we have that anywhere? Truancy law?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
it's mandated
Yeah.
already, right? If I think in New York it is. It might not be in other states, so I don't want to.
Figures.
But regardless, so all right, we'll just talk about New York because we live in New
Yeah,
York. Just so
fucking-
people in fucking Wyoming don't comment and be like, "Well,
I
that's
don't
not
need.
true."
I got my shotgun.
Right?
I don't need that.
So if the state of New York is going to mandate that each person that lives in the state is required to hold an identification card, then they should just issue them for free. Don't charge them. Don't charge.
But New York.
Sounds like vaccines, but go ahead.
But I'm just saying, that's the answer. If you're requiring that we do
you know what? That
something,
is true. Why do I get charged for a fucking
why?
ID?
It makes no
because
fucking
comes to New
sense.
York State, they respond with
Because
more
New York's
vehicles.
the
It makes no
fucking
sense
asshole.
because I don't want the ID.
'Cause DMV is
You're
a business.
requiring me to have the ID.
No, I get it.
You know,
New York's a
and
dick.
now if
I
you're
will
gonna,
agree with you.
I have no problem. Implement voting ID. Implement that. Fine, but give those who don't have an ID an ID.
And they're
That's
trying
it.
to slow down early registration, late voting. There's also a Sunday voting issue, which files people that go to church on Sunday. There's so much. Okay. The problem with voting, in my opinion, and I will piggyback.
I don't understand this shit. I'm gonna mean to cut you off because Election day is election day. That's it. If you can't get to the poll on election day, you don't fucking vote.
So do you agree?
End of
Okay,
discussion.
fine. Do you agree it should be a holiday then, so everyone can
Yes.
vote? Okay,
Take the day off.
All right, so then we're even. I think it should be a paid holiday.
People get the day off for Columbus Day.
That's
right?
what I'm saying. I was thinking the same
day.
thing. Fuck Columbus Day. Let's make Election Day a
That's
national
it.
holiday.
Election Day is not a national
No,
holiday.
you go to
you have
work.
to go to
I
work.
tell my bosses all the time.
We went to school as kids.
Yeah, I have
Election
to
day.
vote. I'm like, I have to go vote, and I would blow off my shifts.
Oh no, that's not true.
And
You don't go to school on election day,
No.
kids, because a lot of schools
But work is work.
What's the point?
But work is
But
work.
work is work.
It's a
That's what I'm saying.
Tuesday.
Make it a national holiday.
If anything, kids should
Everyone's
go to
off.
school so parents can go vote.
And there you go. Problems are done. States, give your residents identification cards and
All right.
make election day a national
Okay.
holiday.
Yeah, because
no more
the
fucking
idea
ifs, ands,
that-
and buts. No early voting. No, I'm not going to be here. It is what it is. This is fucking
If
election
you're
day.
gonna get rid of early voting and shit like that, then it should be 2
Well,
days.
speaking of,
Back to back. If you want to get rid of late and early voting and all that shit, it should be 2 days back to back.
we're not going to talk about this for 3.5 more years. So.
That are both off.
American Idol can get it done
I know.
in a 1 hour show.
I get it. Listen,
Millions of
I'm going to
votes.
tell you this.
I
The
get
bottom
it,
line
man.
is, and this is my last thing I'm going to say, is
Get it.
that if voting is so-called the greatest American privilege, because it defends and is the basis of our democracy, then it should be made easy.
Agreed.
You guys are talking about agreeing right now.
I know.
100%.
I'm bored.
All right. All right.
No, I disagree.
Dallas Cowboys.
Nobody should be allowed to vote except for the white people in rich areas.
Like
You know,
you
there's
said,
still people that think
everyone,
that.
like,
Like,
they're
that's
fucking
so weird.
like Tom said.
Isn't that weird?
Like Tom said, everything's right unless it's white, Christian, or straight. I think he said in the bar. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying
Oh
to think
yeah,
of it.
if you're straight, white, and Christian, you're like he's basically saying you're free game to be made fun of or
I
called
don't think
racist.
that's accurate though.
I'm going to steal Schultz's line.
Are we really
Call
talking about Tim
everyone a
Tebow
liberal
here?
cuck.
Is this where we're going? with
Right?
this?
Yeah.
You heard that?
Like-
you heard that one?
Yeah, so good.
This Christian thing, Tim Tebow, like
said-
is
he
the
said
only
that's the-
Christian I
that's-
know
that's the,
that has a
uh,
hard time.
That's the N word.
And it's 'cause he can't
to
throw.
white people. You know that?
To conservatives.
Christian?
No,
liberal
he said
cuck.
that's the N word to white people.
What's the N-word to white people?
Calling him a liberal cuck.
Cook?
Cuck.
Oh,
A
cook.
liberal cuck.
I don't know what it is, but that's really funny.
It's fucking hilarious. I don't know what it
Yeah.
is either, but it's
Yeah.
fucking great.
Cuck? You don't know what a cuck is?
No.
No, sounds
A
like a
cuck?
chicken.
No, a cuck is someone like I would sit in the corner while you bang my girlfriend type of.
No, that's cuckold. Oh, it's short for
cuck.
cuckold. I got
What's
it.
wrong with you? Oh, that was an interesting little reaction
So
that
instead
you just
of-
had.
so instead
a
of
little
a
back
li-
and forth.
So instead of being a liberal fucker, you're a liberal watch me fucker.
Right.
That's you got it. I'm following.
Right.
Got it.
On a Wednesday.
Yeah.
On a Wednesday. So speaking of, did you see what Obama said recently about cancel culture?
Who did?
Obama.
No, what?
He probably
Apparently-
said some political thing that says you can be more responsible as an American, be involved in
No,
process.
no, he said something.
Canceling
He
isn't
said
the
something
answer.
interesting. I wanted to get your opinion on it, Gene.
Let me hear it.
Fucking guy.
A
He's
beer
like, that's not a beer. Don't say beer when it's not a beer.
Okay.
I don't like that.
It's a seltzer. It's a vodka seltzer.
I had so many
That's
White
not a
Claws
vodka seltzer.
this afternoon.
It's a white.
I'm so fucking hungover right now.
Spiked sparkling water, right?
Yeah, bro, you can't be drinking that shit.
I went golfing today. Fucking
Nice.
ripped him down.
Fucking guy went golfing.
He's not talking about holes. He's talking about beers. But again,
He said that cancel culture is dangerous, but that his daughter's generation gets it and knows that people aren't perfect and accepts when people go too far. But a lot of people would disagree with that.
Kevin Hart
Now, I don't
was
know.
made to apologize for a joke he made years ago.
Longer than that, I feel like.
And
Kevin Hart said he wasn't going to apologize, but then Kevin Hart did.
because
And
he
then
got punked.
still said, but I ain't going to fucking...
And keep in mind that not only did he say it years ago, he's a comedian.
Oh, I know.
Like you got to put that into proper.
But he went
perspective.
into white woke world. You can't be going into white world.
No, because
world.
the problem
I
is
can't even say it. White woke
The problem
world.
He went
is
into
this.
Hollywood.
The problem is
Yeah, white woke
He got
world.
Hollywood.
The problem is, and this is what I always say about cancel culture. I'm not pro cancel culture, but you have to know who signed your checks. He abandoned urban comedy and certain comedy folks a long time ago. He mainstreamed his comedy, which made that his target audience, which means he can't say certain things. Dave Chappelle has a universal audience. White people, black people, this and that. So guess what? If one were to get offended, there's still a strong enough base to continue to make money.
One gets offended, the
So-
other 90%
so the-
laughs at it.
yeah,
Here's
so-
the thing,
so
though,
like-
is that
like Tom
nobody
McDonald.
got offended about what Kevin Hart said. Someone got offended, and like a young kid got offended because they saw a tweet or some shit.
Well, no,
Like-
the problem is this. It's what you were talking about before, how people want to use their freedom of speech and everything to create a problem.
They want to take
What do
their
people do
freedom
when
to
someone
take
gets
away
famous?
yours.
What
They
do
want-
people
that-
do? What do people do when someone gets famous? In order for you to find a tweet from 7 years ago, you have to go looking
Because what
for
people
it.
do is they go latching. He's famous. Here's my 15 seconds of fame. If I could be the one to put a dink in
Yes.
the armor. And that's what people do.
Yep.
Like, oh, I'm a nobody. That's a somebody. Let me take my shot. And they shoot their shots.
It's a
and
game
the,
now.
And the problem is,
Scary.
yeah. And no, what's scary about the shooting the shot is that it's not one person. Think about being famous and 1 million people are taking the shots
Oh,
a day.
yeah, I know.
And if you live
Yep.
on social media, like Kyrie Irving, I'm a big fan of him. One of the best ball handler in basketball history. However, he does say shit that puts him in trouble. He
Yeah.
said the earth was flat. He said this. But he is unaware of the fact that they're locked and loaded to shooting that guy.
Just waiting.
Which is why Kevin Durant stays off Instagram, but then he gets in trouble because he has dummy accounts. And he-
Kevin Durant has problems in DMs. He
Yes,
went
because
at it
exactly.
with Michael Rappaport.
That's my point. Because yes, and Michael Rappaport is popular enough where Kevin Durant should have known this will have backlash. He's not the biggest, but he's big
Yeah, but
enough.
more people went back at
like,
Michael
what's
Rappaport.
the man?
When you
More
go-
people went at Rappaport because he got all sensitive about shit. And it's like, if you're the guy who
Yes.
fucks with people about them getting sensitive and bitching at them, and then you're going to bitch about
No,
them
but
being
he's
sensitive.
but Rappapport's a liberal type comedian.
Because
You've seen
Durant
it.
went at, I forgot what he said, but Durant
You've
got
seen
him.
it. You heard the jokes. Like Mike Rappaport definitely leans one direction, and he's what I kind of like him. So I don't want to say this, but
No, I
he
like
he
Rappaport.
cashes in on the emotional nature of his
Right.
fans. You know what I mean? Because
He's the guy.
there's just comedy where we sit there, we laugh because we think, Bill Burr's hilarious. We think your boy, what's his name, Andrew, is hilarious. But they don't.
Your boy.
They don't play on my emotional. They play on my wit.
Okay.
And I think that certain comedians play with emotions.
Sure.
And now what happens is, back to the canceling, like this generation wants to be heard more than our generation, in my opinion. And they have birthed this cancel culture to demand being heard.
Right. Well, because they have the ability in the palm of their hands to be
because social
heard
media.
around the world.
Yes.
Where our generation, we didn't have that. So we were okay with, I mean, maybe not now because we're also
We
now
just
a part of
also
this
didn't
technology.
remember
No, but we
shit,
boycotted. We did
Let's
things.
say the 2 generations before us that don't have iPhones that they can, that are glued to them. They were okay with just being a family man, They didn't have to shoot their shot. They were good. They got their office job. They got 2 kids at home. Their wife is happy. They're good to go. Like that was it. That was the American dream. That was the American life.
Bro, the only cancel culture I knew was 50 Cent and Ja Rule. I'm like,
Now
that
it's
nigga's-
like the
that
American
motherfucker's
dream.
getting canceled.
The American
Because-
dream is, is my tits on TikTok gonna land me 1 million followers and maybe I'll make money?
Yeah, but I don't think that's wrong. See, this is why.
No, I don't think it's wrong either. It's just a different,
Listen,
different
our,
page. They're gonna
our
pay.
generation created a tool, but we're mad at how it's being used.
Fair enough.
I mean, I won't even say I'm mad about it.
Yeah, you are. We all
I'm not
are.
mad about it.
I'm annoyed.
You guys
I'm
wanna
pissed
do,
off.
Do your thing. I tell you what, my kids aren't going to do that shit. I hope. Knock on wood.
Hopefully.
I'll tell you something. I walk in my daughter's bedroom and she's shaking her ass on her phone. That shit's getting fucking smashed.
I get it. But
Are you kidding me?
You know what you sound like? You
My
sound,
uncle.
You know what you
hold on,
sound like? Can I
Here's a
tell what
funny
he sounds
story.
like?
Hold on.
Go ahead.
You go into now. My cousin is married with a kid.
Mm-hmm.
All right. She doesn't live in that house anymore for years. I mean, we're talking years. You walk into my cousin's old bedroom in my uncle's house.
Mm-hmm.
Her fucking Nokia phone is still in the wall.
Jesse.
Right? He took it and he fucking threw it, right? Because whatever, she's doing some shit she shouldn't be doing. This is before camera phones. That shit is in the fucking wall still. And he's like, you're not touching that. It's been there for easy 10 years. Maybe more.
First of all, I trust your parenting and Melissa, but you sound like the parent that says, not my daughter.
Of
Meanwhile,
course.
she's climbing down the stairs. I mean, the whatever, fire
Oh,
escape.
no. I'm not
You
being
know-
like, no,
you
I'm
know-
not being
you know what I'm saying?
naive to
Every
it.
generation has their vices and their craziness. And I don't think, okay, listen, this is shout out to all the parents. I don't have children. Neither does JP. He does. And I'm going to tell you what I tell every single parent when I have conversations. You're not just fighting technology. You're fighting billions of dollars of creative advertising and people who are paid to figure out how to get children to do certain things. Like press like share this. So like you're fighting, you're Rambo against not the Afghanistan army in Rambo 2. You're more against like
The marketing team for
the marketing
Facebook.
team for Facebook. Like
Those smartest motherfuckers
it is a
around.
battle you can't win. The only way parents win is through proper education, where kids understand that and they decide to unplug like the Matrix. Because other than
My
that,
3-year-old comes up with a tablet and says, Daddy, I want this.
and you broke it.
No. What was on the screen?
Oh.
It was like $160 fucking race car, right? It was an ad that popped up
Bang.
on YouTube. And
Got him.
I looked, I go, how are you even watching this right now? How do you know how to open up your sister's iPad?
Because they're
You're 3.
They're not just children friendly, they're baby friendly.
The 6-year-old taught her.
Nice.
My 3-year-old fucking types in a six-digit code.
Yeah, it's numbers.
Clicks YouTube and watches what he fucking wants.
My point.
Good for him.
My point exactly. Billions of
I'm
dollars.
okay with it because he does it with filthy, dirty fingers, which means he's in the dirt all day too. So I'm okay with it.
Fair
if you
enough.
want to watch a tablet at night, that's
Fair
fine. But
enough.
He's raising a
I
truck
don't
driver
fucking,
that watches porn.
I don't like that shit, man.
Yo. Well,
What?
it'll be fine. You guys are all doing a great job.
Nah, man. Screen life is terrible.
Screen life. That sounds like a song. Go ahead.
So, did you see this new Kanye finally released something with the Gap?
Oh, my
Did you see the
gosh.
jacket?
How many holes does it have?
No, it's the jacket right there.
Is it just a bubble jacket?
It's got no zipper. You can't zipper it up. It's $200. That's Yeezy right there.
How do you close it?
That's my man.
You don't. And it crashed the website when it was released. That shit's
Okay,
done
I
and
think
sold
Kanye
the
West
fuck
is at a point
out.
where, from a clothing perspective, people only buy because it's cool. I don't think it's about
Of
functionality.
course. No, this is a non-functioning jacket.
It's like the shoes with
The
no
fuck
laces.
is it gonna do with this thing?
It's a shoe. It can't close. Jesse.
So what?
It's called the winter.
It's called fashion, guys.
That's
What are you
facts.
talking about?
No, he's right.
He's not making a
it's
fucking.
fashion.
He's not making a starter jacket for the
I get
poor
it.
kids to wear.
Flashing
Yeah, it
lights.
You know what I mean? How much was that Gap jacket? $200.
$200.
You dropping $200 on a jacket that don't
JP,
open?
JP,
I'm not.
JP, when
but
you-
some guy who's gonna flaunt it into a club is gonna do it.
Gap's website was crashed.
There you go.
What-
Enough
what-
people bought them.
When you edit this and he says fashion, can you put like flashing lights, like flashing lights, like the whole Kanye thing right behind that, like because that was like he was in tune with Kanye right there. Like
It was very Kanye.
Yeah, I heard
It was
Kanye
like-
yell at me. It's fashion. I'm like, fuck this guy.
Kanye is the
Yeah,
greatest.
fuck this guy. You're right. Let me go get a mortgage on these knee Yeezys. He's right.
Nah, man. I'll
Someone
wait. I'll
bought me
wait,
some
I'll
money
wait
and
until
some
that jacket.
Yeezys.
I'll wait until that jacket is in Marshalls on the rack.
Never.
You know what I'm saying?
You'll never see Kanye in the Marshalls.
You'll see a Yeezy and a Marshalls.
You'll
Man,
see a
Marshalls
Yeezy.
buys
Yeah,
that
man.
shit.
Come on. Someone's
yeah.
gonna fuck up a thread somewhere.
You
on
think
one
I'd
of
have to
them.
drive a RAV4?
This motherfucker.
This fucking guy Kanye
Everyone who heard that song that was in a RAV4 just went
they
like,
hated themselves. What do you think I fucking rap for?
Yeah.
RAV4.
Yep.
Like really?
There's people who actually like
At
the
least it's a
RAV4s.
Jeep.
RAV4s.
Oh man. Yeezy.
Yo, I can't wait to see what else he releases now.
He's gonna release the new Air Brokes.
Motherfucker just does it. He releases shit and people are like,
You know what Kanye has?
I'm gonna buy it.
I will say this.
I want that.
He has the one thing that makes people like him what they are. It's fucking audacity. Like, he walked into a fucking boardroom and said, "This is it." Everyone stood there, stared at him, and they're like, yeah, it's fucking fire. Forget you. What we call it?
You know what it
they
is.
They didn't Jay-Z him.
You know
they
what it
Kanye'd
is.
him. They were like, fire. Fire. Say
No,
fire.
you know
Say
exactly
fire.
what he said.
Fire.
Say fire. Why? If you don't, you get fired.
No, you know what was said. You were in the room, right?
Yeah, I was like,
It was, well, if the rest of you guys think it's hot, I'm not going to be the one
Well, yeah.
person to say it's not. So, approved, Yeezy.
that's a line from one of my famous meetings.
Yeah.
Never gonna forget that line.
Or is it the guy who says, because I hate it, probably means it's going to be huge?
That's true. That's you know, it's facts.
That's fucking sucks. You're going to make millions.
No, you know what that is?
Oh, yeah.
That's
That's
when-
me on
that's when-
every new pop artist that
You know why?
JP has ever showed me. I'm like,
Yeah, but that's awesome
I
because
fucking hate it. This sucks. It's going to be huge.
you know why? Because he's in full control of his bias, and that's awesome.
Yeah,
and more,
yeah.
and more people need to be like that. That's the whole point.
Now, if I can only get myself to make music that I hate, then
That's
maybe
the
we'll
key
be
right
cooking
there.
with gas.
So, you know,
I'm
you-
gonna tell you what to do. A la Little Dicky, you need to go one day and say, JB, I want to make the worst song ever.
I can do that. I
I'm
can
gonna
do
do everything opposite that I would never do on a fucking song and release the shit.
I can
and
do
that'll
that.
be your fuck. I want to be there that day.
All right.
Because that's it.
Done.
That's the answer.
So
you just did
done.
it.
I'm going to sing rap,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
I love it already.
auto-tune
Hey.
it up.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
This
What
is
else?
gonna be hilarious.
We need some
What
lasers.
else? What
Yes.
else? What else?
I love it. Ooh.
And it's got to be you got to skip it. Skippity
Yes.
boppity skippity
I'll
bop.
cut the tip of my tongue off before
Yeah,
I
that's
come.
what you got to do, man.
I'll be like the guy from Waterboy.
That's hot.
That's it.
That's hot.
You James Brown it, right?
Well.
She's had to do that.
There you go.
Yeah.
He saw a lot of records. He saw a lot of records.
Oh, well, that's it, man.
Yeah.
Right there. Done.
James
And
Brown
then
gets-
just the occasional
Oh,
in the club.
you know,
Who's that, T-Pain?
So
Who's
you
in the
know
club?
City then, right? You know City, apparently.
Yes.
Kid City.
Yes.
You know that's like Mike, where we did the.
I made the connection late, but
You
yes.
did, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So I met him the other day. I went to dinner for Kel's birthday, and he was there, and I was like, oh. Figures. And he's like, oh, I know Gene. I go, yeah, of course you do. It's like every black guy I know knows Gene. I don't know how that's possible,
Because
but
we have a meeting. It's true, guys. Black people meet every Thursday. Sorry.
yo, you're starting
No.
to convince me of that shit for
There's a meet-
real.
Actually, no, we meet online. It's a Zoom. We have
But,
Zoom. We
so-
have Zoom first. All I want to do is Zoom.
Are you still
Sorry, that
masked
was us.
up on the? Are you guys all masked up on the Zoom?
Nah, we don't. Nah, no mask. Remember Future mask off?
Yo,
Work with
that's
me.
oh my god! I just did it.
Or Future
This is-
mask
no,
off?
I just did the futuristic racist stereotype.
We said black people have masks off.
Yeah, black people still have masks on.
Yeah.
I've
No,
noticed this now.
that's not that bad.
This is not even trying to be racist. This is just something that I have observed.
That's religious black people.
yeah.
And
People I've seen ain't got no mask.
The black people I know ain't
I was
doing
in
it.
I was in Middle Island today.
mask.
Everyone had a mask on.
No one can see who the
Well,
fuck
you know,
is who. Nobody knows who.
Were they robbing?
felt-
Were
I
they
felt-
robbing the bank?
No, man.
Okay, because
Fucking
you were
blue
a part of a
masks.
robbery.
Blue medicals, blue medicals.
Okay.
Oh, that's all you see. Blue medicals.
Yeah, well,
Maybe-
they don't want
maybe
nobody
the-
know who the fuck they are.
Maybe
where
they're
they
all
are.
nurses.
It's very possible.
I'm happy now though in my little beach town where no one masks up.
Yeah.
Bunch of old motherfuckers.
Nah, man.
You know,
you kidding me?
I blame this. You
No.
know, Trump could end this real quick. He could
They had
just-
to open up
all he
two
had to
more
do-
kindergarten classes because that's how many people moved into the district.
Listen, Donald
Good for them.
Trump was president of the United States. All you had to do
Yeah, I know.
was walk up and be like,
was
yo,
there.
dude, herd immunity, bitches. It would have been all
Cough
good.
on all of them.
No, if
But
he said
nonetheless,
it-
I brought that up first of all
if he said it, I would have.
because
fuck with it.
that's
I still
always
fuck with it.
with DJ Espo. That's what he tells Mike and everyone from like the vocal junkies. He tells them that every time. I hate it. That means it's good. Same fucking.
Yeah.
thing.
Well, I'm gonna tell you
got
now.
the same
Shout,
thing.
I
you
hate
know
it.
what?
That
Shout
means
out
it's
to
good.
City. Shout out to the vocal junkies. In Too Deep. That's the name of the record. I mean, I fuck with the beat. I love it. I like the whole concept. I mean, I thought it was gonna be a little faster. I'm being honest. You know, but that's me. I have a need for speed with music, but it's a good beat.
Yeah,
you know,
no,
I was bumping
I
it.
like the.
I was bumping it with a drop top in
Yes,
Tampa.
you were.
It's
Yes,
no,
you
because
were.
that shit, the intro is hard. And like the way the beat develops is hard. It's a good song. It's just, you know, it's one of those time and place.
It's a pop song.
Yeah, it's a pop song.
Yeah.
You know, like you can't listen to it with a club ear or you know, a hip hop ear. It's a pop song. It is what it is. It's a great song.
Yeah.
So did you see
I'm in too deep.
When are we
what
gonna
happened?
when are we gonna finish our song?
What's that?
We did a song there that day.
Oh, Nick actually re-recorded the snare to that. Man, I don't know. Mike's got fucking 8,000 fucking things going on.
Yeah.
I'll get it
That
done.
got shelved.
Yeah, honestly, I wasn't feeling it that much anyway, so whatever.
I just felt there was so much production
wasn't.
to it. Like
I'm
I was just
gonna
like,
take my verse from it then, because I love my verse.
Personally, it's me.
verse-
I
my
wasn't
verse
feeling
was
it.
fine.
Doesn't mean it's not
send your
good.
verse to Tom McDonald for the remix. No, his verse would fit that remix.
Yeah. Well, at this point, you know what? Actually, now thinking of it, at this point, you're right. Like that song is it's past its time now.
Yes.
It was.
Which is why I always tell you.
It was a COVID track.
Which is why I always
in
tell
a
you
sense.
stop with the political
Yeah,
rap.
doctor, I need a doctor.
and I tell them all the time, it changes too quickly.
Yeah.
The political landscape.
Well-
because they're all full of shit.
It's also.
You know how many people are...
Democrats, Republicans, they're
It's
all
also,
lying.
you know, if you're able to, like Tom McDonald did, and write a song and drop it that next week. You know what I'm saying?
We
like,
could.
Who?
Anyone.
Yeah, but he means with a following.
Oh, of
Well, I'm
course.
saying,
I know.
like,
He's not saying just drop
anyone
a song.
could, but
Right. Not, they don't got
only a
4
select
million views
few
in a
do,
day.
you know? I'm saying. That's the one thing
Well,
that's been cool
listen,
about this app.
Listen,
you know, it's like you can
as
just
much
drop
as you want to
content
hate it,
every day.
people all the time, whenever they say, "Oh, you're back in Oogie," are you guys playing shit from the first album again? Nope.
I tell you that the first album
they all hate
was
it.
hot. Riding Waves, right?
They're all
What are you
tired of
talking
it.
about?
They don't hate it. They're just tired of it.
Who? They're tired of playing it, or the people tired of hearing it?
No, people want to hear it.
Because
But as an artist, you get tired of playing shit.
no, you know what you guys don't understand, and this is what happens with people in their.
Oh, I understand.
In their freshman
so
album.
we're still playing spliffs
Listen, the freshman album.
to this day.
Here we go.
wouldn't
The freshman album
Oh, I would.
is indicative
love that
of
song.
the hunger of the artist, and you attach with their desire to be great, which is that freshman album. The sophomore album, you attach to it because there's a success, like you're happy that your artist is at that next level. They're feeling better about themselves because they're gaining a little more momentum.
Sure, it also sounds
now,
better.
the junior album is where it could all go wrong.
Absolutely.
Because the junior album is where you have to produce better music than you have, but
you gotta
still
sound-
connect with the people from day one.
damn near impossible.
And then the senior album is literally, you hope your old fans ride with you and new fans jump on the train.
Right.
Because at that point, you're a different person. And people won't allow you to be different because
See, Oogie
they
actually,
fell in love with what they
as you're
fell in love
saying
with.
this, I'm like, yeah, wow.
That's
we
exactly
actually-
what happened.
We
Yeah.
progressed exactly like that.
Yeah,
You know?
that's what happens.
The second album kind of fits, but a little more aggressive. Like the first album is all party, going to the beach, banging
Listen,
fucking
you
girls.
name any
doing
album.
this.
I'm saying, like, our last album that we just released, it gained us a massive amount of new fans.
Yes, because
But our old ones didn't hate it.
no,
No, I'm saying
That's the whole
our
point.
OG fans were like,
welcome back.
And to
fucking
be honest,
amazing,
to be
you know?
honest, even though I left the band, it was kind of progressing that way anyway.
Yeah.
A lot of those songs I was there for when we started.
ever since Frank got that Moog, that's what switched.
Yeah,
Listen,
when you got the
intensity.
keyboard.
You name.
I wanted to start adding more dubstep shit into it, you know?
I think so. I think you guys need to have a creative overload album. That's what you guys need. A creative overload album where you just don't do what you guys do. And I know it sounds nuts.
No, not for
but
me.
you need a creative overload. Like
We
just,
did do that. It's called Fire is Fire, which I have to
No,
finish
Fire is Fire is
re-uploading.
great, but I don't think that was a creative overload. Fire.
Nah, that was just
You know
more
what it
of a
reminds me
different.
of? It's one of those
different
like,
world.
if this person wasn't doing that and this person wasn't doing that, this is what would you do? That's exactly what I thought
exactly
about.
what it was.
That's exactly what it was. And so, like,
Yeah.
you know, like
That was more of a fun thing. That was more of, you know what that was?
But
That
no,
was, we
that
got all
whole-
these songs.
No,
Let's just
Fire,
fucking
Fire,
release
I
That
them.
think-
whole album was...
I think Fire is a great album. I
That
think
whole album was an Oogie crossover album though. Like if you listen to it from front to back, it's like, oh, okay. Like the first front of it is.
That was originally be an Oogie Wawa intro.
Oh, I'm just saying, like the first front of the album though is. Oh, okay. This is different. from these guys, and then the last half of the album
is
more
shit that's-
oogie.
Because that was shit that's been
No,
around.
I'm
but
telling you, it. Yeah.
I think
Oh, it is.
the more you think that, the more it really wasn't.
The
'Cause
opening track was supposed to be an oogie beat.
The opening track gave okay. When I heard "Fire Is Fire," I felt like
Fire is Fire was
Jesse
completely
was
different.
doing one of those. This is what I would do if I didn't have to do what they make me do, because it was a lot more.
No,
yes,
it's not
yes,
actually.
it was because
It's
there was
not.
more verses. Because you got to remember,
I'll tell
he
you
usually
what.
gives you one verse or two.
I'm talking
per
about
song,
musically.
trapped in between a lot of shit.
If it was,
that's not a
I'm
knock.
talking about musically,
Yes.
it would be a little more hip hop.
The Fire Is Fire.
Shit
Yeah,
he would
yeah,
want
yeah.
to do.
Yes, I agree. But
That's something.
This is,
That's what if me and him were collaborating. That's what we would
I'm gonna
do.
tell you
Type
something.
of what we would do.
After listening to Jesse for years, Jesse overcompensates for the lack of his ability to be hip hop with bars, which is why we spent 8 years telling him to dumb it down, because it's like, and his answer is like, fuck that. I get like 1 minute, so I'm going in. Like,
Yeah, no,
fuck,
I hear you.
there's a guitar, there's this guy singing over here. So guess what? Here comes the bars. And I'm
But
just
that's,
like,
I'll tell you what, though, that's literally why I still get messages to this day from people in the scene like, dude, you're arguably one of the best lyricists in reggae.
no, I think
know?
I think your bars are bar heavy.
But
It's
here's the
just,
thing also.
once again,
I think me and Brandon from Bumpin' are definitely up there.
no, I think your
For
bars.
sure.
I think your bars
Lyricism.
are bar
For sure.
heavy. But once again, you're following the venues where you perform, the people who listen. Like, it's not conducive to
Oh, he knows.
to his talent. So it's like
You
it's,
blew
it's-
money on shoes. That's a crypto.
It's why
Nobody in the reggae scene gets that. I dropped that line on the Bars app, and
Yeah.
people lost their fucking minds.
And you gotta remember, it's why Lil Wayne repeats
Like-
bars. Like Lil Wayne.
That is like a very Lil Wayne type of bar,
Yeah,
isn't
it's why
'Cause
Lil
the blue
Wayne
and the
will rap and then repeat
shoes,
the line because he knows you didn't
crypto.
get it. They all do it.
Yeah.
Nicki,
You know what? Those usually go over my head. That was one of the first ones that was like, I got like a
You know why?
quadruple
Because
entendre.
Not just
that
that,
shit
but
is so
he
many.
also caught. He gets
Yeah.
20 points for
You
the
blew
relevance.
money, right?
Like, no, the blue. I got everything. The
blue,
blue, the
the
crypto, the
crypto,
crypto.
Yeah.
No,
But still, I don't catch those a lot of
It's
times.
a layered bar.
It's a layered
but
bar.
It's there,
Baby
and
steps, all right?
everyone can catch that.
Baby
Yes.
steps.
You have your lyric listeners
Yeah.
like Gene who can break down the multi levels of it, but not everyone does that. That's what I was saying. Like, that's a very smack URL line. Like, that smack crowd. Like, if I was battling someone on Smack and I
that'd be-
dropped that, you
you'd have
blew
to
money
rewind
on
it.
shoes,
And then
that's
you
a
get-
crypto.
and
That
then-
place would explode.
And then you have to rewind it and
What?
say it again.
Rewind that back.
Right. I'll remix it. It's you blew money on
Why don't
shoes.
you talk
That's
about,
a
why don't you talk about that
crypto.
Bars app? Talk about your Bars app.
Oh yeah, that's
Yo,
Jesse
sorry,
has a
I'll
new
shout
toy.
him out. I'll shout him out. I found a
New
new
toy. The same guy that doesn't want kids on phones.
Yo,
became
so
a
on
kid
the
on the phone.
real, I never hit those links that pop up. You know what I'm saying? Like
You hit the
those
link.
things on Instagram that you see.
Follow me.
But I had one day on Insta, I was just scrolling and I was taking a shit. And that's right when most people are on Instagram unless
Drip,
you're
drip, the
snapping your
record.
food. Drip, drip.
The record.
No, but whatever. So like, I had a pop up that came, that dropped down, and it was
Dropped
something
down?
about it was like
Not everything's a bar. He's talking about the damn.
I do so much shitting. But keep
yeah,
going.
no, I am. I'm shitting on this. I'm shitting on
But he
this.
said drop down.
I know
did.
you're turning it
It's
into bars. It's very. These are double entendres. Go on.
Go ahead.
So whatever. I clicked it and I was just like, "What is this?" And then like it brought me to the app store, and I was like, "Fuck it," like let me just open it up. It was just like in one of those moods where if it sucks, I just delete it. Like what?
Yeah.
I just wanted to know, and I opened it and I was just like, "Oh,
Yeah.
like." Were my answers, my prayers just
I'm a
answered
Toys
here?
R Us kid. I don't want to go.
Yo, it's straight, dude. It's straight like
We
a
all know.
TikTok for rappers.
Yeah.
Is just a stockpile of royalty-free beats. They add 10 new beats every single week.
Wow.
They run weekly competitions and shit. They just did
Bars,
the
I wanna get in on that.
The EQ challenge, right?
Facts
And like
and
the winner won, like a marketing deal and a distro deal. They
Really?
record with whatever the fuck the producer is. So whatever, like all that's cool. Yeah, whatever. Like I've been there, done that. Just the whole community, the vibe of it is fucking ill. So that there's a feature in there, ciphers, right? So like you pick a beat, click the cipher feature, and you could just spit like 16 bars and leave the rest open for someone else to just jump in.
Or some people
know?
will do like call and response. It's really cool.
Yeah.
They'll just add in shit like 8 bars after, and then you gotta write to it.
Yeah.
And you gotta write to him maybe what he says in the middle. It's kind of cool.
The baby doesn't
I'm
write.
actually,
It's pretty hard. It makes you write.
The baby doesn't write.
Right, but he does.
I know,
This
I know.
motherfucker
I
does.
I'm just talking
it's
shit.
funny. I was talking to Scumby about
talking
this,
shit.
and I sent Scumby like a bunch of videos of shit that like that I did and stuff. And he's like, "Bro, you're killing me. Like, I want to get this app."
I'm surprised
It's
he
only-
didn't go out and buy an iPhone
He
yet.
said, "He goes, I'm about to just go buy an iPhone."
I
8."
know he will.
And,
I know he will. He will murder it on there.
He'll
It's
kill
what
it.
he needs.
So I was telling him there's another feature in there. It's like the freestyle section where it's
Oh, yeah.
challenge mode, right? So it picks a random beat for you, and then it just pops words up on the top of the
now,
screen.
Scumby was always known for doing this. He used to come over. We'd all be
Scumby's
hanging
the best
out,
freestyler I've ever seen in my life.
and we would just throw shit out.
I don't think I've ever heard you say that.
But I will say that.
Oh, he's
bro, I've been saying, like, even back in the day, I used to say Scumby is the best off the head freestyler
Ever.
I've ever seen in my life. I
Yeah.
put him up against Supernat. Like, that's how crazy off the head Scumby is. How he's able. Him and I have talked at length about this just because
I still don't know how the fuck
I can
he does
freestyle like off the dome. I'm not anywhere close to Scumby's level. He like in his brain, like when I freestyle, I can be like a line or two ahead of myself.
yes.
Scumby's like 5 or 6.
Wow.
You know, like he can have he could be working on his next scheme in his head while he's spitting. Like it's the way his brain works
very
like
weird.
that. It's fucking
It's amazing
crazy.
because he has like.
It's crazy to
fucking-
me.
But I want to get him on that Bars app so bad. I want him on there. I want to just watch him.
So why
on
don't we
it.
just grab
Yeah.
him and just
I almost
stick him,
want. If I have an old, I'm gonna
Just
see
stick
my
an
brother
iPhone
has an
for
old
him.
iPhone, and I'm giving it to him. I'm just gonna give
Facts.
him. Go on fucking
Here.
internet here.
Dude, download this
We got
app.
to.
and
Someone's
just-
got to have an old ass iPhone because he needs one. He needs to be on there too. But I just want to see him on that spot where just random words come up because that's what we used to do with him. We'd all be in that one house when I was at Fridays, and we lived with everyone from Fridays.
Yeah.
He would come over, and we'd all sit there, drink, getting high, smoking. He'd be in the corner, and we'd just be throwing out words, people. Bosses, other workers, and he's just going through the whole fucking
Bro,
thing.
we were chilling at a
I don't know
house
how the
party.
fuck he does it.
We were chilling at this house party. Me and Scumby, like,
It's a gift. He's
we
really
had
gifted.
just met these girls at a bar, and they were like, "Hey, we're gonna go to a house party. You want to come?" We're like, "Yeah, fuck it, let's go." You know, just 2 fucking young single dudes. Fuck yeah, who gives a shit? We go there. It was in Stony Brook. Nice big house and stuff. Mad people in there. And,
Any doctors?
I don't know. It was just
Probably.
all fucking, young kids and shit.
Probably.
But, like we're smoking blunts and shit in the living room and stuff, and we just start fucking freestyling on the couch because we're bored. Like the girls that we went with, they're off fucking. We don't know anyone there, so it's just me and Scumby. We're sitting there on the couch with some other fucking burnout.
They brought you
We
to buy
just
the.
started-
They brought you to buy the weed.
Yeah, basically, right? Yeah. It
Basically,
was like,
but yeah.
but so whatever. We start freestyling, and whenever we start rhyming, like we just naturally draw a crowd in, and then I guess Scumby sees it, and he just starts. As I said
Don't tell
back
me he
then,
made fun of people.
no, not that.
Oh,
He
they died.
lyrically robbed this kid's house. He just went around the room and just went, and he actually even set it
We're
up
talking
like
about how
that.
he would rob, almost like
He literally
Almost
just
like
went
50
around the room
cents.
and was just like, I see the sign that says balls because I got balls and I'm taking that. And then he would just go around the room and, this bottle and that bottle and this picture and this table and that person and this shoe and this, that and this TV and like just pull things from his surroundings.
And if Gene was around, there would have been a bucket in front of him, and we would have profited.
We would have.
I'd be like,
Gene-
Yo,
Gene
I
definitely
always
was
said
like,
that.
don't
We
just
went-
stand there, throw your dollars. Let's go.
We went to a club one night because Scumby was supposed to battle some kid. There was like some battle at this club. And we show up and we get out of the car and these 2 other kids and this one other dude, Verbal Killer was his name, right?
Verbal Killer? I
We
like
call
that.
him Verbal Clit.
Oh my god.
Yeah, whatever. But Verbal Killer, he comes out to the parking lot and bum rushes us, right? And him and his 2 boys, they just start spitting, right? They just start freestyling. Stuff,
This is
right?
like a movie.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, like,
So now,
man, I missed.
So,
this.
like,
Where
I
was
jump
I?
in.
I
you
was
got
gonna-
served and shit. But go
I
on.
know.
I jump in and I was like,
He got versed.
I was like,
he
a
got
new-
versed. First.
Yeah.
Go
I
ahead.
was like new at freestyling and stuff, so it's still like, new shit, like you're not that good, but you can hang in a cipher.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you're not getting booed, but
You're not getting
brought up
oohed,
on
but you're not
stage
getting
tonight.
booed. Yeah.
Like you can keep it in the parking lot.
Oh my gosh.
So whatever, we start rhyming,
Parking lot rapping.
and this kid Verbal Killer comes out, and he's like tone deaf fast almost, like like just fucking crazy, and we were all like, "Yo." Scumby starts rapping back at him and like shit in the bed, right? And me and Fox, we looked at each other like, "Yo, what the fuck?" Like Scumby's gonna get eaten up right now. Like, what's happening? And as we're walking in, he goes, "I just planned that shit, right? Like, I purposely spat, rapped whack in front of him,
Like
because
pool-
they were going on
like-
stage to battle each other,
Like a pool table.
Oh, this was a battle.
This was a battle, yeah, and it wasn't. I don't think it was necessarily supposed to be. Like we didn't know. It was
Okay.
set up to us like an open mic.
It was like
This
a
kid,
pool
Verbal
hustle.
Killer.
Pool
This
table
kid,
hustle.
Verbal Killer, had a club full of people,
Oh.
and was and let me
This is
tell you
8 Mile
something.
before 8 Mile, but keep going.
This was 8 Mile
fucking
before
lost
8
thinking
Mile.
about.
I missed 5 Mile.
And
Great.
Scumby went up on that stage and fucking lit this kid up, ripped him apart.
Wow.
I mean,
I get
general
it.
consensus at the end of the night
It was
was
a tie,
that
'cause his
Verbal
life was
Killer
in.
won, but that's his peoples were there.
Yeah.
But when I tell you that Scumby left that building with mad respect, like mad respect.
No, I get it.
And so whatever, this whole drawn out thing was, Scumby needs to jump on this Bars app for sure. And it's funny, we were talking about this because like I had sent him something. He goes, "Yo, you didn't freestyle that," and I was like, "No." I was like, "But I wrote it in 5 minutes," and he's like, "What?" And I was like, "Yeah."
That's
I was like,
where where he lacks, right?
and that's where we got into this, where he goes, "I remember the
crazy.
day." He goes, "I remember the day when I watched you surpass me in writing."
Who said that?
Scumby.
Scumby.
Okay.
He
and-
takes his time to write, where Jesse's done. Done.
Well, not even that.
Once he
It's
gets
like,
going.
Oh, Scumby, right? I thought you were freestyle.
Oh, he writes.
yo, some of Scumby's written.
Yeah,
are,
he writes. He just takes his time with it. He's not the "I'm done in 10 minutes" guy.
Yeah, but I think-
was always,
which is not a bad thing.
Coming into hip hop, like I came from a poetry background, so like
Okay.
I wasn't a punchline rapper
Yeah.
until I met Scumby, and I'm rapping in a car next to him on our lunch break at TGI Fridays, and this kid's like, because I burn more trees than a British dude who won the lottery, and it's like,
What?
what did you just say?
Yeah.
Like, like one of a line that it's like, cause I get more head than a bucket in front of a guillotine, and like back then it was just
funny,
like you
yeah.
hear this shit and you're like, yo, I never heard anyone rap like this before, like,
Well, I mean,
and then the speed on top of it with the punchlines, it's just like, yo,
this is why I
kid's
wish
insane.
hip hop, like, you
You wish hip hop
that's why we
mattered
gotta get
about
up behind
bars
this
and
Bars app.
delivery.
I'm not behind the bars. No,
We
I
gotta
wish.
get more behind
no,
the Bars
I
app.
feel like
You need to get on the Bars app.
I'm
You would
gonna get
have
on
a
it.
ton of fun, bro.
I think what happened. No, because you told me I'm gonna do it, but I feel like
It asks you your level of experience when you first join up.
oh, nice.
So it's like, are you, it was like, brand new, 0 to 1 year, whatever it was, like 1 to 3, it was like 3 to 5 and, 5
keep
plus
going.
or some shit
keep
like
going.
that,
What else is there?
No, but that was it, because it was just like that. And, so like I clicked on 5 plus,
5+.
Yeah.
You know.
Well,
Motherfucker, motherfucker, I got albums, bitch.
And I'm not gonna lie, like
where's the setting? Where's the setting for albums, bitch?
I'm not gonna lie, yo. I even talked to Scumby like 2 or 3 nights after I had downloaded it because like I was just scrolling around.
You should
through
pull
it,
up to
and
his house with it. That's what
I was
would do.
like, he'd been over. I showed it to him and stuff.
And he didn't do one.
Oh yeah, we were doing stuff.
And he didn't do one.
He said that he wanted to. We just didn't get to it by the end of the night. But whatever. It's there.
they'll get there.
But what was I just saying?
You said that.
Yeah.
No, he was talking about Scumby, the app.
Baked and hungover. Oh yeah. So like when I went a couple days into it, I had called Scumby and I was just like, I don't know if I should even be on this thing. Like I might delete it. And he was like, why? And I'm like, I don't know, because I'm like
Too good for this?
the best one on here. Like
Someone's gonna come eventually. That's how it goes.
I hadn't gotten into it yet.
Okay.
So it's like, so I think what the curators do is they put some whack people in there too. So that if you're a newbie, you're like, oh, yo, this guy's not that good.
Yeah.
His video's up, and oh, yo, he's got like 300 fire signs. Like, all right, and it gives you that kind of confidence to just be like,
so they engineer
fuck it,
confidence?
I'm going to do one.
You think that's
That's
algorithm?
I think that's.
Of course it is.
Yeah, I
JB.
think that they do that.
It's no different like
Yeah,
the
but
girl
who's-
on a
but-
dating app that likes you that you know doesn't
Yeah,
like
but how
you.
is it determining if you're good or not?
No, okay, so
It doesn't. It's
so
probably-
the
it's a
curators
usage
no,
rate.
the
It's probably
curators
usage.
the curators have the ability to make certain whoever they feel is worthy a featured artist.
Right.
So like you get a notification, you know, and like a message like, hey, you know, we're into your stuff. We're gonna put you in the featured section now. You know,
Right.
I got added into the feature section. I think like the second day. You know.
Plus, you were also using it, which makes sense to keep.
Yeah,
you on
the
it.
second day you had like 6 different ones.
Yeah,
I know.
they
Because you
gotta-
sent me every single
You
one.
gotta keep it using it.
No, it wasn't until I got featured that I was like, oh, yo, there's actually some traction here. You know, like my one fucking thing I threw out has got over 1,000 fire emojis on it. Like, let me start dropping some content. So whatever. The whole point of this is that I started using this app now to better my speed writing, you know, because like that day we were in the studio with Kel, I noticed that Johnny James wrote his verse like that. He wrote a hook and wrote his verse
They've
like
written
that.
like 1,000
But that's what I'm
songs
saying.
together.
It's like
No,
I'm
but
like,
I
how
thought-
am I the pro rapper in the room right now? And I'm not finished with my verse first.
Yeah, but I
you know
thought
what I'm saying.
verse was,
Not that it matters.
Your verse was better than his, and his hook was tight. I'm not gonna lie to you. The hook was fucking tight.
But that's what they do. Yeah, me and Kel, he would come over my house and we'd go in the room and 3 hours later, lyrics, melody, everything done. That's the way he'll sit there and he'll pace back and forth behind me.
Yep.
Next thing you know, he's like, go, record. And that's it. The whole fucking thing.
That's what
done.
I'm trying to
No,
get
they
to.
have
I'm trying to
talent.
get
I
to
mean-
that
And
point.
that's what we want to do when we build a studio. We want a weekly writing session.
Oh
no matter
no!
who
Once
the
you build
fuck's coming
studio,
in.
I'm gonna go bananas.
People are coming
I'm bringing
in.
everyone. We're bringing
Yeah,
everyone.
that's what we
We're
want.
pulling up. I'm bringing everyone.
Because
But again, like
multiple
that's,
things happen.
That's my point of this, which is why I like
what
this,
Bars
the
app's
Bars
doing.
app a lot too, because now it's allowing me to do things by myself and fuck around with things that I would never
Experimenting,
that
yeah.
I would never dabble
It's letting you
in
experiment.
front of someone else, right? Like if JP made a beat and sent it to me and then we're creating a song together, I'm not going to necessarily go out on this far limb, you know, and dabble in some shit that I've never
But
done.
I think that's your challenge.
But that's what I'm using
Yes.
this for.
No,
now.
that's good.
Yeah,
I think that's a
and-
challenge.
And
to
I'm
do that.
noticing that newer sound of hip hop, if I mimic those off rhythms, throw some auto tune on it, but still incorporate those
Oogie Lee.
bars.
Yeah.
You know, and those punchlines.
Listen, bars
that
are
shit's
forever.
fire, man.
Bars
you
are
know?
forever. That's why the baby's doing so well because he's bars. You know?
Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
certain-
I don't know about Dub Baby, but Lil Baby.
No, Da Baby.
I
think
like
Lil-
Dub Baby better.
The baby's
Really?
the baby's the highest rapper right now.
The reason
Is
why I
he?
like Dub
Still?
Baby better is because he's better.
And I'll show you something.
I don't know, man.
And I'll show you
Lil
something.
Baby's tough, man.
No,
He's
Lil
got-
Baby's
he's
good,
got
but
bars.
Da Baby is
He
bars.
does.
And
It's just-
why you think Drake still has the ability to sell records? Bars.
The first time I liked Lil Baby was on that the fuck is it called? Ramen, OJ and Ramen and OJ,
Lil Baby.
Lil Baby
Yeah.
Yeah.
in Ramen and OJ with Joyner
With
Lucas.
Joyner. He crushed on that one.
Because he
Dude,
killed
Lil
it.
Baby's on the new J. Cole album, and the way that the way that J. Cole brings him into that song is fucking awesome.
But I think
Like-
that also goes back to the whole
So dope.
people sometimes are just better on features because they're
Sure.
outside of their box.
You know
And
what's
it's
funny?
No, you know what it is too?
shit.
Yo,
about
it's so funny
features?
you say that.
It's the pressure.
It's not
There's-
only the
there's
pressure.
zero pressure on the
It
features.
tends
I
not
think
to
that's
be
me.
your norm.
I think that's me.
Huh?
It tends not to be your norm.
No, I get it, but I think that people like if I jump on the track with Jesse, he has everything to lose. It's his song, and I can go loco, and he has to match me. I don't have to match him.
Sure.
This is the reason why Jay-Z
I
and
tell you-
Eminem with that fucking Renegade record is like a career fucking stain on Jay-Z because Eminem had nothing to lose. He jumps on the fucking track. Jay-Z's verse is tight. Eminem comes with some fucking spasmodic shit, and it's just like, what happened here? And then years later, Nas goes, that's why Eminem murdered you on your own shit. He didn't murder him on purpose. It's literally, we're having fun, you're having fun, this is your frame of reference, this is my frame of reference, put it together, and it's like, oh no.
Yeah, no, but still.
Oh no.
And murdered that.
No.
See, but I love features just too because a lot of times I'll get a different perspective because people have their inner melody. So a lot of times I'll hear a melody that might be similar to 9 other melodies I wrote that I hear on this. And then someone else comes in and just comes with a completely
I
get stuck on
melody.
that. I was going to say, I think I'm that artist. Like, I think I am much better on a feature than my own song.
You're always going to feel that way.
But
then Fire is one of my favorite.
No, Fire, you did your numbers.
Fire is one of my favorite.
That's why when you guys say the songs, it's so funny you say that
something
too.
about that track.
I mean, that's
it's
weird,
so funny
though.
that you said it.
And it's funny. I love Fire is Fire
because
but
I
it's
like
almost...
the first 6, and I told you guys that. Like, I love the way it starts, and I'm like, something.
By the time it gets to,
by the time it gets to the end,
it's all the same to me. It's basically an Oogie Wawa
Yeah,
song.
I'm like, what did they? I'm like, what did they do?
But I like it.
I'm like the emotional,
These girls.
Yeah,
That's a fucking Oogie Wawa song and a
the
half.
emotional energy and I don't know how to explain it to you guys, but there's a rate a flow that I get, and then it switches gear, obviously with addiction. But even after addiction, I'm like, what are they doing? But the song after addiction, after that song, I'm like, what happened here?
Those are all older tracks. Some
Those
of
are
them
Oogie Wawa
are not,
Yeah.
but they're people who. One guy in Oogie Wawa gave me a guitar part, and then I made like an Oogie Wawa track. Jesse's verse is very Oogie Wawa.
It's energy level, because I was going to ask you guys, like, how do you guys pick what song goes first, second, third? Because it's a fucking, it's a high, then a crash.
And that's what I wanted.
I get
That's
it.
what we wanted.
You
Top
got
heavy.
it.
Yeah,
You
that's
got
what
it.
I was trying to
It
do.
was high, which you're right, because people don't get past the first 3 songs.
Top heavy.
So if you don't get someone...
It used to be that way, and it's again that way.
No, I agree. If you don't get... Listen.
And the reason why it's that way, I know if someone comes out on an album, I start from 1.
You know why? I'm going to tell you why. First of all, the
So it better be
intro
good at
is
the beginning.
usually... They're fucking throwing up their fucking... How they feel. That intro is usually like...
Yeah.
Like, fuck this. This is where I'm at. And then the second song is usually the energy
Killing
song.
them all with these
and
beats.
the third is usually... This is the single.
Third and fourth is right. Your singles.
This is
your
my single.
Your
Pay attention.
Popular one.
Some of them don't do it that way. Some of them, like, they'll have like an artistic way of doing it. But for me, I would rather it just be top heavy and just whatever at the fucking end.
Me, I always go for the flow, right? So when I was organizing the order of Fire is Fire, number 1, the first track, it just screams an intro to me.
It makes sense.
But that was originally supposed to be an intro.
When I said that, JP's like, "Oh, that's funny. That was supposed to be an
Oogie
intro
Wawa.
for an Oogie album." And
but
I was
then it
like,
wound
"Oh,
up
no kidding."
becoming very different. That
It literally became.
that didn't go Oogie Wawa.
It turned into probably my favorite song on the album.
And it's a good
Nah,
song.
Killing With These Beats is definitely the song.
That's what we're talking about.
That's the first track.
That's the first
definitely
track.
a song, like, by
that
far.
and Alone are probably my 2 favorite songs
Alone
on
is
that album.
fairly late in that album, though. Isn't
It is. It's I think it's like one of the last ones.
Which was with the girl?
That's Fire is Fire.
That one's good.
Well, there's a few with a girl.
no.
Is it? Well, you know Addiction anyway.
Yeah, no, Addiction's good, but
But yeah,
obviously,
either way,
Fire's
like,
Fire's
my
the
whole
second best
idea
after Killing With These.
Doing
No,
that
Fire's
is
Fire.
going through the
You don't
songs.
think so?
No, I do.
Yeah, Fire's number 2. Killing With
For me,
These is one.
Fire-
Which is why,
Fire's
like,
one.
the breakup song is after Fire is Fire, right? Because,
And
like,
then,
Fire is Fire
like-
shows the passion in your relation, like, if you were to think of it like that, right?
Like,
So
Oogie
it's
Mode starts with that-
I'm living my best life, right?
I love that song, 'cause
And-
that's me.
And she's my girl, right? That's what I talk about in the
Yeah.
verses there, right? I'm living my best life with my girl, and then, like, we're getting down, we're getting sexy, and
Yeah.
Fire is Fire, right? And then we have
I know.
our tragedy.
Having a good time.
Right,
Yes,
then we have our breakup song, right?
Right.
And then after that comes the ex-girlfriend song in These Girls. You know, so it was
These
like,
Girls is when I was
tried
like-
to like
I thought
set
I thought
things
that was
up.
Addiction.
Well, Addiction's in there to end off like the newer sound, and then it kind of brings into
These
the
Girls
Oogie
is
sound.
when you guys oogied it. And then
Yeah, that's a straight up.
Yeah,
And then
I literally wrote
the
that
one,
hook for Oogie.
I know when I saw it,
Yeah.
I'm like, this is so.
And then I
If you
wrote
listen
the
to the
third
new
verse
Oogie album-
about Nick's ex-wife.
Like I thought you guys
So-
like These Girls is like a Brick House special. Like Brick
Yeah.
House.
Yeah.
Back in the Brick House.
You know what's funny is that I actually sent Nick These Girls because I'm like, I was practicing ukulele for our Mondays, right? And I was like, I know that we used to 2 years ago, had a whole year off
I wonder why. That
because your boys lied.
you didn't want to wear a mask.
No, I'm fucking around. So I was fucking around with he does like a mashup of like Slightly Stupid Wiseman into Ballyhoo's.
Yeah, because it's all the same fucking.
It's all the same chords, you know,
Right.
E minor, E minor.
Matter of fact, while you're
C,
at it,
G, D.
just go play Regrets too.
And exactly.
Regrets?
Yes, we
Regrets?
actually he started
Not
throwing
regrets.
in regrets, you know, a few years ago, like when we were doing that. Either way, so I was practicing, and I'm like, holy shit, these girls works over this, and I did the entire song. You know, verses, hook, and everything. And I was like, yo, Nick, we should just add this in. Like, this is just another song we can add in the middle.
Yeah.
Like, just learn the hook. It's simple hook, you know? But yeah, so either way, like, that's fucking straight up a Noogie song.
We're gonna have some fun on the next album. Actually, the next single that we're releasing is that's a straight up pop song.
Anyone out there that's going to download the Bars app, if you have an Apple iPhone, it's called Rapper's Delight Bars.
Nice.
That's what it's in
Bars.
the App Store. Get at me. I'm
See, it's so
Oogie Lee
weird
on there.
because it doesn't say that on the icon.
It doesn't.
It just says Bars.
Yeah, but in
Which
the
is
App
dope.
Store, it's Rapper's Delight, Bars.
They need to get more urban people in it before they
Maybe it's
steal
just a
it.
colon.
It is.
Not a
There's
semicolon.
tons of. That's
Okay.
all it is.
Oh my
man.
God. Gee.
Okay. I'm gonna look it up.
I'm
bro.
like the outlier.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably
There's
Well,
only a few of us.
the one of the
At least
who,
that are
who's
out
the
there.
creative
Sturman's a white dude.
and what's the other one?
Deluxe.
Deluxe is a white guy.
No, he's a black dude.
Is he? But he's not the one that. No. He's not the one. Who's the guy that always wears the mask? That's a white guy.
That's Mike Luch. He's just an artist.
Oh, okay.
He's dope too, man. I think he's from North Jersey. Like
But he
we're
always
gonna
does the
link.
He's smart. He does the $25 gift.
What?
This dude Mike Luch puts out his own competition on there because so there's a lot of these real hip hop heads that are like kind of like fuck this app. It's like a Facebook app that they're just trying to get their artists that they already work with a little bit more push
As they
and
should.
notoriety as they should, of
yeah.
course. Like I look at those guys as like y'all are clowns. Like you're just jealous that you're not one of their artists. Win one of their competitions. Get on their radar. I can guarantee you I'm on their radar at this point. I know I am because the curators have messaged me multiple times now.
Or go find a tech guy to make your own app.
Word.
Or go create your own.
Yeah,
this isn't
facts.
the only hip hop rapping app I just found out. There's other ones apparently. But now that's it. I'm loyal to this one. I think it's fucking dope.
That's how Jamie Foxx blew up. He would do his own house parties.
Yeah, there you go.
Throw your own shit.
They throw your own shit. Start your own shit. To
Right.
quote Bill Burr. When was the last time you went out there and you killed so hard that the guy after you didn't want to go on? You do that enough, you're going to get known.
Actually, that's not true.
What?
I have friends that are professional comedians, and if you kill before like a headline comedian,
obviously-
they won't book you
Well, obviously, I don't mean
because
that.
they don't
And
want
it's
the
funny you
guy
say
right
that.
before
Yeah.
to kill because
That's
it
a different.
fucks up-
That's a New York mentality,
No,
from what I heard. Because
Gino-
Joe Rogan always talks about how he hates that shit, and a lot of guys in his crew all fucking hate that exact kind of
they
thinking.
say it, but it's different when it happens to you. Like they'll
Gene, I
notice
swear
it.
I agree with Gene 100%
Yeah.
because
They'll
I swear to
notice
God,
it.
I used to say this to you all
Yeah.
the time. We as a band, Oogie, do not get asked to go on tour with some of these bigger
Fuck
bands
no.
because we outshine them.
and no one's gonna deal with
Because we crush it as
it. No
openers.
one's gonna deal with it.
So we started dialing it down
Like you
on
have
the
to
open,
be,
and then we
you have
got
to be
brought
like
out on tour.
Yeah, you have to be lukewarm. Like you have to be, yo, they're this close to being hot. Like this,
Exactly.
You can't be hot. You have to be like,
oh man, you guys.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah.
You know what? Fuck y'all.
That's how you build a following. What else you got for us, JB?
You know what? I want to end it with this.
Yeah,
I'm going
let's-
to end it with
The Yeezy jacket.
No, with Julio Jones. He got traded. Your boy. He's gone.
Where's
Where's he
my
going?
boy?
That's your boy.
I like him, but he's not my boy.
Where's it going?
That's not true.
He went.
Bro.
Where?
Titans.
He's done.
He's not done, but the problem. Okay.
Talking about.
Do you really want to break this down? Since you brought this up, I'll bring it down for you.
Yeah, well, that's why I brought it up.
Okay,
Not for you
All right,
guys
Who's
just to agree
Julio
with me.
in Tennessee to coach? That's the question.
No, the problem is this. Julio Jones is the number one receiver for the Atlanta Falcons for the last 8 to 10 years, perhaps?
Something like that.
Okay. On top of that, he had Matt Ryan, who was for the most part in his career, a pass-heavy quarterback. And he played on a team that was losing a lot. So they passed more. So everything I'm trying to explain to you is why
It sounds like you're trying to say Julio is not a good receiver.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I
was gonna say,
I'm making the case for the amount of volume that Julio Jones is used to. Now he's gonna go. He's gonna go to a team.
He's gonna go to a team
where
that has
he's
a Derrick
number
Henry.
2 because
Yeah.
they have a number 1. That number 1 guy
Who?
played
Corey
on
Davis?
the same team
Who's their
with
number
DK
1?
Metcalf. You better get it together.
Corey Davis?
Negative.
Who's their number 1?
I'll let you keep thinking. Tennessee Titans. I'll give you an A. I'll buy you a vowel.
Why am I drawing a blank right
Yeah,
now?
I have no
I'll give you a
idea.
last name. Johnson.
Andre Johnson?
Isn't it AJ Johnson or AJ? What's his name?
I don't fucking know.
Their number 1 receiver is a stud. I apologize for not knowing it, but the number 1. This is what happens when you take 3 years off fantasy football. But
That's right, yeah. Fuck, you
That's
lose
what I'm saying. Like,
everything.
Google it.
I want to know now.
The number 1
Google
receiver.
it.
Because I want
the
to know
number
who their
one-
number 1 receiver was.
The
Dude,
number 1
Titans
receiver on the
receiver depth
Titans
chart.
played with DK Metcalf in school,
Isn't Corey
and he
Davis-
didn't look small.
Isn't it Wright? Something Wright?
No,
AJ Wright?
he's gonna come right now. Who is it?
No, I didn't look yet.
Okay, but anyway, so Julio
Kendall
Jones.
Wright?
Nope.
No, Kendall Wright.
Kenny Britt.
No.
Is this
Are you looking at the right
2020?
year?
What the fuck? It sounds like the 2006.
This guy's just you're fired.
2020.
AJ Brown.
There it is.
I said
AJ
that.
Brown.
AJ
You said
Johnson.
AJ Johnson.
Or whatever. Brown
Wait,
Johnson.
wait. What, AJ Brown is their number? Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you
that
fucking
motherfucker's
kidding
number
me?
one.
AJ Brown is on steroids. Like he's as
Yeah,
big
you know
as
what?
DK
You're
Metcalf.
Right. As you're saying this,
Yes.
I'm picturing
Now
he's a fucking
he's stud.
monster.
He's a monster. He's like
He's a monster.
Jack. Like he's the only
Yes.
guy that can stand next to Metcalf and not
So
look small.
that means Julio Jones is
He's
number
number
2.
two.
So what
Yeah.
does that mean, Jesse?
That means Julio Jones is going to have an insane year.
Oh my gosh. Okay, facts. No, you're right. Facts. But hold on.
No, maybe not.
Hold on. Can we slow down so I can finish this whole
Alright,
tape?
finish. Go,
So
go,
Mike
go.
Vrabel is a linebacker
he will.
who's the head coach. So he's not an offensive guy who's a head coach. So if you know anything about Tennessee football, which I honestly, if you know nothing about football, watch Tennessee Titans, and that is how the forefathers of football intended for the game to be played.
Run.
It's smash mouth. They run the football. They do play action pass with Ryan Tannehill, who was a career bust.
why
with
Henry's-
Concrete
came
in
there-
Derrick Henry's thighs
Derrick
and let
Henry,
him run
they
people
pound
over.
it, and now, so what happens is a receiver on a pass-happy team usually has a receiver 100 catches, maybe? That's a good number? 110, 100, whatever?
That's
a
an
lot.
incredible number.
That's what I'm
are you
saying.
talking about? It's like
If you
top
look at
10.
AJ Brown, I'm sure he probably has 80, maybe 70.
Let's check it
So
out,
now, guess what?
I just like
Who-
I
Julio
thought you said
Jones-
Kenny Britt.
Kenny Britt was like back in
You
the
Phil?
day.
Phil fucking always loved
Kenny
him.
Britt is like
Kenny
Jeff
Britt
Fisher
was
is.
on the team last year.
Was he?
Oh, he's probably there for more
what the
support.
fuck is he doing?
So,
Probably still on the team.
so the second receiver on the team, 75 catches is good.
70 catches
What'd I say?
For
See?
who?
for AJ Brown.
So now
That's not your number 1.
that is your number 1.
I just said it, not your number 1.
Yeah. So that
And
means
6 in the postseason.
so Julio Jones has to get excited about 55 catches this year,
And he should.
and
Because
let's-
they'll be well deserved.
And let's keep.
And how
you
many of
know,
them would
but now-
touch
okay,
down?
back this up
let me say
now.
one more thing. One more thing. And keep in mind, fantasy football people everywhere, even though I've been out the loop for 3 years, hated Julio Jones because he never made the end zone.
He's gonna this year.
I don't know.
I'm saying, Gene, just think about what you just
AJ
said
Brown
there.
takes slant 60 yards.
Think
Forget.
about what you just said, right? So now we're talking about we're going to get a Julio Jones who's only going to see 55% of catches.
No, 55.
I mean, 55 catches.
He's going to get 80 targets.
Think about
as
how
opposed to 100
dangerous
change.
that's going to be, though. He's not on the field all the time. He's not.
No, he'll be on the field all the time.
He's not taking those deep routes. AJ Brown is.
Yeah, he's
you're
gonna
gonna
take
have.
slants.
You're gonna have a healthier Julio.
Oh, you know what
Jesse,
Chris Johnson said?
Jesse.
a more rested Julio.
Jesse.
You know what Chris Johnson said? He said, actually, he was saying that Derrick Henry's gonna
Exactly.
ball out.
Derrick Henry's going to blow
Because
up. This
of
whole
Julio.
thing is bullshit. They put 2 receivers to take the safeties back so Derrick Henry can
Yeah,
run
that
over those
makes
fucking
sense.
linebackers. That's all this is. The head coach is a linebacker. And you know what he's thinking? How do I get my running back, who's amazing, one-on-one with a linebacker? Bingo. Keep the safeties back. You got to look at who these guys are. That's
man.
what he
I
did.
like what you said.
It's genius.
You think Julio Jones will be up to, he'd be getting hurt and shit?
No,
he
he'll be
probably
fine.
just wants to be
He's
like,
not
oh,
the-
yeah, I'll go over there.
You know
He's a
what? He
decoy.
wants to
He's
see
not taking
playoffs.
those deep routes.
He's a decoy. He don't care.
He's not
anymore.
decoy.
He's getting paid.
He's not decoy. He's 6'4". He's the end zone.
Right.
He's the
gonna
number 1
make
end zone target.
Catches, man.
Go
He's
out
gonna
there.
make
And then we forget that
catches.
the Titans have a stud tight end.
I am going to draft.
You forgot about that
Yes,
guy?
I did
Julio.
actually forget about that guy.
Yes. They have a stud tight end.
They do have a stud.
Is that
tight end.
Derek Walker or...
No, you're thinking of Darren Waller. That's
the Raiders.
that's the Raiders.
No, they have a stud tight end.
They do. Man,
I have
this
to
is what
go-
happens when you
I
don't, when
definitely
you
have
don't
to
win.
do fancy rules. Tell Ronnie I'm back in.
Anthony Fisker.
No.
No.
That's who
Oh, they
traded.
traded the guy then.
Oh, I think they did.
No, they had a guy. He was solid. Black guy. Big guy. 6'5". You know what I'm talking about.
Fucking.
They sent him to the Raiders or something. Where'd they send him? Whatever.
Oh my God. What is his name?
He's a beast.
I had him on fantasy teams multiple
Anyway,
times.
yo, Ronnie, I want back in. This is sad.
You still owe Ronnie 100.
Do I?
Yeah.
He sees me all the time. I'll give it to him.
He won't ask for it. What are you nuts?
Oh, I feel bad. I'm going to give it to him. Does that mean he talks bad about me?
No, actually, you don't.
Okay.
Matter of fact, we did a
Jonu
show
Smith.
together. He didn't ask for it.
That's who you were thinking of.
Jonu
Jonu Smith.
Jonu Smith, yes, and he got traded to Patriots.
Patriots. And there was a guy before him, too. That was good. Something Walker.
No, you're thinking Delaney Walker.
Yes.
He was on.
No, Delaney Walker, but he was.
He was
wasn't
on the
he a
Titans.
Titan?
Yes, he was
no,
a Titan.
Houston Texans.
No.
He was. I believe he was.
He was a Titan.
I love
motherfucker.
making this. He got a new phone yesterday, and shit. So he doesn't mind looking shit up. Doesn't have a crack on the screen. Look at him.
So basically, Julio Jones will have okay. Julio Jones does what every aging veteran at some point do.
What?
They give up chasing the money.
You're right. He was a Titan.
I know.
I
I
don't know
remember.
why I saw a Texans jersey
They
on him.
they chase the championships after they spend years chasing the money. And good for him. Listen,
Sure, yo,
I'm
definitely.
excited. And
What do you think Aaron
But my
Aaron
question
Rodgers
is
is gonna do?
My question is this:
wanna
do
see
you
another
think
ex-Patriot
Julio
get a-
Jones gets the Titans over the Kansas City Chiefs? That's all this is about. Let's not play games.
How
anymore.
good is the defense?
It'll be okay.
Tennessee?
Tennessee.
Yes.
No, Tennessee defense.
Tennessee has a
No,
good defense.
no, they
How
struggled
good
last year.
will
No,
they be?
They struggled last year.
No, they didn't.
Look it
towards
up.
the
They
end
struggled.
they did.
Defense? Oh, towards the end?
They struggled.
Yeah.
They
That
made the
was-
postseason.
Yeah, of course they made the postseason. They have
you
Derrick
win enough
Henry.
games, you can fucking
They have
lose enough
Derrick fucking
games.
Henry. Like, you're going to make the postseason. You have the best running back in football.
I should have kept him.
Question
2 years
is
ago.
how good will the defense be
Well,
in the playoffs?
Well, if you have two.
That's the only- that's- it's the
have
offense, yes,
If
will
you have
keep
two
up.
stud receivers and a running back, I'm assuming you're up by at least a touchdown, so the defense can be more aggressive.
You gotta keep
as
in mind
opposed to
also-
when you're losing because you only have one receiver and you were trying to shoot out. They couldn't shoot out. Remember when they
Will the
lost to Kansas
Chiefs
City?
be able to stop the Titans? That's what you got to look at as well.
No, because
Exactly. So now it comes down to
no,
defense.
it's not about that because you and I both know Casey could be down by 14 and they're still winning. Like it's a fucking nightmare, except for Tom Brady.
I get it.
Tom Brady's the only guy that figured that shit out. The Kansas City Chiefs
Why can't
losing.
we give the defense, the Tampa Bay defense, any credit there? Why we got to give that
I
to?
did. JPP. What
You
do you mean?
said Tampa. You said Tom. Tom Brady's the reason why they couldn't come back from 14 points.
It is.
It was also the damn defense.
Tom Brady kept
of course.
scoring.
Hey, listen, I said this a few weeks ago. Defense wins championships.
What are you talking
Yes,
about? The
100%.
score did not change from the end of the third quarter. Didn't change at all.
Okay.
So that means Tom didn't do shit either.
I'm not going to revisit this. You're right. Tampa Bay
I know
defense
it,
played
right,
good.
because I
but there were
won
two
third
linemen
quarter
missing.
and the whole
Sounds,
end
like,
of the
sounds
game.
like proper clock
There
management
were
to me.
two
I
linemen
won
missing.
3,500 points.
Bro, there were two linemen missing from the offensive line for Kansas City. And if you remember me saying this clearly, Eric Bieniemy cost himself a promotion by not just fucking keeping a tight end in. Because a superstar quarterback should be running, 100 yards laterally and combined, like even 100 yards laterally, sideways and backwards.
Everywhere.
Combined
Everywhere,
for a Super
but
Bowl.
not in front.
And you're supposed to get promoted to the next head coach. When a superstar quarterback's running the wrong way. You have to explain that to me slowly. Because
Yeah, you know what it is? You got outplayed.
yes, and Todd Bowles was like, I'll take his job.
Yeah.
I won't even get into that, but that's exactly what happened.
Wait, why? Where's Eric Bieniemy now?
He's
Where
still,
he belongs,
he's
on the
still there.
sideline, he figures out how to make Pat Mahomes run
He's
the
still,
right way.
he's still the
he's still in
offensive coordinator.
KC.
Yeah, he's gonna stay there until Andy Reid gets tired. I would just
Oh,
stay
I
there.
thought you just said he was replaced.
No,
No, where he
I
was
said-
supposed
I
to
said
go.
He was the most promotable.
Oh,
Every
right,
single
right, right.
person was fighting for him.
was also another one who got his job.
Yeah, Hassan got his job because he would have been the Jets head coach, or he would have been the head coach if they win that Super Bowl.
Huh.
I agree.
I think losing that Super Bowl, did damage to
He
his
was on the
stock,
track for it.
and it elevated Todd Bowles' stock. So when you say the defense, like Todd Bowles immediately went back into the fucking conversation. And once again,
Why?
Todd Bowles was 10-6 because he struggled because the Jets management is worse than the coaching.
No, I don't know. I never want to just admit it.
Like Jets management
it's
is
never. It's.
Jets management's bad, bro.
I know
whole
it's
head office is
terrible.
awful.
They need someone needs to go in there like the guy
Well,
from
apparently
fucking
this GM is good.
Entourage and just start fucking cleaning house. Like
I think it goes beyond that. I think it goes to ownership.
no, but ownership is bad.
Your whole front office is
The front office is trash.
All right.
This guy's gonna be fine in 3 years. The guy we got now.
Oh, Jim Fossil died.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I thought of you
71.
right away because Jim Fossil is famous
did
for
that happen?
we will make playoffs. I don't know if you remember that. He
I do,
probably does.
actually.
He got on the TV and said we'll make playoffs, which is very ballsy for a giant head coach because even Tom Coughlin didn't say shit like that, and he went twice.
Coughlin
So-
was just trying not to lose his job, and
no,
then
but
he wound up
Tom
winning the Super
Coughlin,
Bowl.
first of all, is a true definition of what it's like to coach in New York. You can win Super Bowls and your job's still on the line. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What the flying fuck?
The year they won the first Super Bowl, I remember talking to Wally, not big, but you know who Wally is. He was like, I would love for them to get rid of Coughlin and Manning. He wanted them both gone. The
makes
beginning
no
of that
sense.
year, he wanted them both gone.
Because the grass always looks greener.
And
on the
why?
other side.
Not me.
Baby.
I was always an Eli supporter. I believed in
By
him.
the way, since you brought up football,
believed in his bloodline.
I am excited to talk about Aaron Rodgers as well. Because
Yes, I just asked you guys what's going
Aaron
on with
Rodgers
Aaron
ain't
Rodgers.
going to work.
What do you mean? What's going
Aaron
on?
Rodgers
He's
is pulling
a gene.
He's pulling a GPR. He's like, I'm not going to fuck this job.
He's going to Hawaii.
I'm saying,
Instead.
job.
what's he
With
going to do?
bitches.
Okay, what do you mean what's he going to do?
What would Gene do?
I'm going to explain to you what Aaron Rodgers
Gene would be in Delta.
Yes.
He'd be flying somewhere.
I'm going to explain to you what
Hawaii. We're going to
I'm
Hawaii.
going to explain what Aaron Rodgers is doing.
No, Gene would be in Dubai.
Aaron Rodgers is foregoing
No.
how much I forgot how much they charge him, 93,000 or whatever. When
Yeah.
Ooh. Aaron Rodgers, just so you guys get it,
Yeah, I
has
think it
made
was something
over
like that.
$240
$93,000.
million in his career. Fuck your 90 grand. I don't want to play for this coach. And you know what? He said, no, it's not even the coach. You know what he said? And you got to listen in between because he's having a GPR moment. Because he said, I don't want to play and make the people in the front office look better than they really are. Because they fucking, he didn't say, I'm adding this part. They fucking suck. But realistically, the reason he doesn't want to come back is because, like, people are taking credit for what he does on that field. Meanwhile, we see what he does on that field. They haven't ever drafted correctly. And the guy was MVP last year, and the only thing they did to help him was bring his backup, his replacement. Like the Jordan Love drafting is a crisis because that guy has never been given tools. Like, who's the best running back Aaron Rodgers has played with, folks?
Aaron Jones.
Aaron Jones, right?
That's a problem.
Problem. I
That's a
agree
problem.
with you, yeah.
Like,
And granted, Aaron Jones has had
you know, he had a
good
year,
seasons.
but that's
He's a
based,
good running
that's
back.
based on being a running back
But-
for Aaron Rodgers. That's not based on his
Right,
individual
yes,
talent.
fair.
That's like the defense is like, fuck this. You know how it is. Who are we gonna let kill us? Aaron Jones. I can live with that. He gets 100
At
yards.
that point, you just at that point you just
Do you
cover
want Aaron
Adam.
Rodgers to kill you or Aaron Jones? You're like, Aaron Jones. Like, that's why your boy Danny Dimes gonna have a good year. It's gonna be like, fuck, Barkley's back. We gotta change the game plan.
Will they though?
Yeah, they will. I would put it in the box against Barkley before I put safeties back against
Oh yeah, no, I agree.
Danny Dimes, Danny Nichols,
Danny Nichols,
Danny
baby.
7, give me 3.
Danny Sixpence.
Danny Sixpence. Like, Danny, almost, he could go. Is he out of air?
By the end of the day, end of the year, he's gonna be Danny Pesos, and everyone's gonna be like,
he's gonna
"Bye."
have a good year.
Adios.
Because you don't understand, like, the Saquon Barkley effect, he's gonna,
It's not good though.
he's gonna have 60%
Because then if he has a
passing.
good year, guess what? Then
Who's your
the
number one
Giants just
receiver?
kind of pull that rope and just keep
That's
going.
the problem right there.
Keeps going.
You need a
keeps
stud
going.
receiver, so that's not his fault. The fact that he doesn't know who his number one receiver is and he's a diehard Giant fan is exactly why Danny Dimes should have zero pressure.
It's also a product of having 3 and 1 on the way. That's fucking
Yeah, but
moving,
Yeah, that's true.
building
I mean,
a house.
I don't know what moves the Giants made in the offseason.
you still got Ingram, right? Do you?
Say again?
Ingram, the tight end?
Yeah.
There you go. You do a 2 tight end offense with a running back and you do play action tight ends. Fuck it. And then you get Odell Beckham to come
You know
back.
what? The Patriots got it. Did we even talk about the draft? I don't even remember talking about the draft.
You know why? Because we
So
didn't do
long
nothing
ago.
good. If the Jets don't do nothing good,
What you talking about?
Cam
They-
Newton's still getting robbed. They gave him a 1-year deal. Like, fuck out of here.
They took a quarterback. He's done.
Who?
Patriots.
Stop
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Stop
Oh,
it.
no.
Cam Newton will play the
damn
first
well.
5 games.
Right.
If
he's gonna
four-
score. He's
no,
gonna break another
No.
rushing record for
no,
the fucking
all right,
Patriots.
All right, listen. Time
in the
out,
first
time
2
out.
games, and
do
then
you,
they're like,
do you
eh.
forget that not only did they not have OTAs last year because of COVID, he himself caught COVID. And remember his first 2 games.
I know that just takes
was-
away 16
he-
games.
he
Makes
was-
you shit.
He was
for
3
16
and
games.
He was 3-1. So let's be honest.
So why was he good in the beginning of the year and shitty on the last end of the year?
It's called game tape, bro. They kept running him, and at the end of the day, they're like, "Wait a minute, I think I know what's gonna happen." Cam Newton sweep right.
He's still
Oh.
on. He's still on him. He's still on
loves
Cam
Cam.
Newton.
You really
I
think
love
Cam Newton?
Cam, but I don't
You
think
really
he's,
think
I
he
think he's done.
digressed that much?
Yes.
Or you think that Josh McDaniels, the golden child, who should be the next head coach, isn't as good as you think?
He got an injury from the beard up, as they say.
Negative.
Plus, he's got that Jay-Z hair. It don't look good on him.
Negative.
You
Listen.
look good. You feel good. You feel
know
good.
what?
You play
Okay.
good. Come on.
Okay.
Dion, motherfucker.
Okay, Patriots 9-7.
And if you play good,
Hold on.
you get paid good.
Okay, how about this? I'm going to tell you this: the Patriots will compete.
it up.
The Patriots will.
Yeah, it is. It is still. That's what I thought. All right.
What?
Kenny Galladay is still there.
Ah, bull. So,
I wasn't sure if they traded him already because they just got him.
Bill, he's the new hot dog guy.
And Darius Slayton's still there.
Never heard of him. All right, so
He was their stud last year.
Yeah,
Okay.
he'll be good.
never heard of
He's
him.
a good slot receiver.
Go.
The Patriots will compete with the
And
Buffalo
Sterling Shepard.
Bills for the AFC.
You're gonna really diss on Josh Stallion like that?
The Buffalo Bills will be 10-6, and the Patriots will be 9-7.
No, you got to add a game. It's 17 games this season.
Okay, so the Patriots will be
10-7.
Yes, they will be 10-7, and the other team will be 11-6. Buffalo Bills, and they'll lose. Buffalo Bills will squeak them out at the end, only because they're more used to winning.
Because
than the
Josh
Patriots.
fucking Stallion. That's why.
Yeah, but I'm telling you now, Cam Newton is gonna shock the world
boy.
this year, and I'm not just saying it because I'm a Cam Newton fan. Josh McDaniels did not do a good job. Patrick Young and
Because
a bunch
Josh
of
McDaniels doesn't do a good job.
10 starters from the defense took off, guys.
All right.
What do you mean? All right. You know how many people play on defense at the same time, JP? 11.
12.
Can you talk to this guy? 11 people play defense. 10 took off.
I don't know about all
Jesse,
that.
tell him. 10 took off.
So you know what?
There was no busser,
I'm
no
not
runner.
co-signing
You
this.
had all the tables and the bar.
I'm not co-signing this. I'm bored of this conversation.
All right, fine. I'll leave it alone. But I'm telling you now.
You know why you're bored
I'm
of it?
bored of your Cam Newton.
That's why you're bored.
yeah.
Cam Newton was awesome
And
back in the day.
Let's piss Jesse off. The Cowboys are going to win the division. What?
Did you see? Did you see what Prescott
Dak is
got?
back.
Dak, he got rid of Adidas. Fuck you for that, by the way.
Did he join Jordan?
Adidas all day, yeah. And he's the highest paid athlete on the Jordan brand.
Yeah. He's
That sucks for Jordan Brand, man.
Yeah, but who does Jordan have? Kemba
Dak,
Walker.
so Dak Prescott is not a good
Let
quarterback.
me tell you who's on Jordan Brand.
How dare
Kemba
you.
Walker, Zion Williamson. Like, who do you want to make more money than him? Carmelo Anthony, CeCe Sabathia.
I figured Zion would
Is
make
Melo still
some
playing?
cash.
Yeah, my boy Melo's still
Melo's
shooting.
still playing, yeah.
It's crazy.
He just got kicked out of the playoffs. I mean,
Playoffs?
Portland lost.
Playoffs? All right, we're gonna end it on
Portland
there.
now? Oh my God.
Come on, bro.
Sucks for him. It
Come
means
on,
he
man,
can't.
look.
Well, he'll
Nah,
be
Dame
all right in
Dallas. Dame
Portland.
Dallas. That's
They won't yell
You
at
need
him
to
in
invite
Portland.
Dame Dallas on the Bars app. You know you can rap, right?
Who's that?
Who? Who did you say?
Dame Lillard, the point
Damian
guard
Lillard.
from the Portland Trailblazers,
Yeah.
Oh, I'll hit him up when we're done.
can rap.
All right. Yeah, I'll hit him up when we're done.
No, we'll DM
Tell him
him.
to get in.
No, I'm dead serious.
I DM him.
DM him.
We will. He'll answer.
I'll send him a
Somebody-
cipher. Be like, yo, jump in on this shit. Download this out.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna show you a YouTube so you think I'm not fucking around.
I believe you.
No,
I
no.
trust you.
It's not that. We
you
got
have
to
to
get
see
him
it.
to get the Bars app.
He will.
All right.
I dropped a line for you in there.
Did you?
Good
Sac
sponsor for
passe
that
to
shit.
my Haitians.
Oh, yeah,
right.
that's right. He did
That's
say
what's up for Caucasians.
Sac passe.
That's what's up for Caucasian. I love it. That's hot. That's a hotline. It's a hotline.
Thank you for watching. We are Offended and Unfriended. I'm JP. That's Mr. Rep.
I am
Guy-
offended.
Black guy or guy on the
AKA GPA. You can know
right.
my real name.
Guy on the right.
You know the guy on the right, man. What I do now?
I'm the guy on the left.
What I do now?
That's Jesse, the guy on the left.
You can hit me up, follow me everywhere at
Oogie Lee.
I voted for Kanye before the bubble jacket, bitches.
Come back.